Hey, Pardon My Take listeners, you can find every episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Prime members can listen ad-free on Amazon Music. On today's Pardon My Take, we are live from the Kohl Center after watching the Wisconsin Badgers win the Big Ten championship, storming the court, not Big Ten championship, Big Ten regular season title, storming the court. We're going to recap everything. We also have a couple great interviews, Duncan Robinson, and then also Aidan Hutchinson, a little higher education, tips on college from us.
Yeah, if you're a Michigan fan, this is actually a great podcast for you to listen to.
You got to listen to the whole thing.
Suckers.
Don't you dare skip ahead.
We honey dick the shit out of you.
We're brought to you by our friends at Helix Sleep. Helix Sleep, they are back. Why would you buy a mattress made for someone else? With Helix, you're getting a mattress that you know will be perfect for the way you sleep. Helix Sleep has a quiz that takes just 2 minutes to complete and matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. Everybody's unique, and Helix knows that, so they have several different mattress models to choose from. They have soft, medium, and firm mattresses. Mattresses great for cooling you down if you sleep hot. I sleep hot. Mattresses great for spinal alignment to prevent morning aches and pains. It all happens with Helix Sleep. All you got to do is take that quiz. I took the quiz. I was matched with the Helix Sleep Midnight Luxe mattress because I wanted something that felt medium firm. And all you got to do right now, go to helixsleep.com/PMT. They have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. They'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it. But you will. Helix even has financing options and flexible payment plans, so a great night's sleep is never far away. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/PMT. helixsleep.com/PMT. Okay, let's go.
It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.
Welcome to Pardon My Take, brought to you by Helix Sleep. Go to helixsleep.com/PMT. Get $200 off your mattress order. Today is Wednesday, March 2nd, and the Wisconsin Badgers have won the Big Ten regular season. Holy shit. We're here.
What a night.
Woo,
hey,
yeah.
Hey, you know what? Tonight is one of those nights that, and I didn't really have a dog in the fight besides wanting to support Big Cat.
Thank you.
And also betting on the Wisconsin Badgers to
and
win.
Bucket list.
But I'm saying, like, this makes me realize and appreciate how much ass live sports kick.
Yes. They kick tremendous ass. Now, for people who aren't on social media, who maybe don't follow us on social media, we actually didn't talk about this on Sunday. We're in Madison, Wisconsin right now, my alma mater. We came here this morning. I showed the boys the town. We went to the game. The Badgers rolled out the red carpet for us. We had a perfect setup. We're in the basketball offices right now. We're front row of the student section. The Badgers win the game, beat Purdue, win the Big Ten championship or regular season title. We storm the court. Holy shit. What a night. Like pretty much like what like people go what do you say? Oh, paint. We painted our titties.
I think I might be a chest paint guy from now on. Big Cat had 2 basketballs on his tits. And
you want to
Brad,
say the joke? You want to say the joke that someone said that was very funny?
That you were dribbling without using your hands. They were bouncing. They were bouncing a little bit. There was a lot of air in those balls. Tom Brady has not been near your tits.
That's one of those ones where you got to just tip your cap to the internet. Like partially, I'd hurt my feelings a little bit because I know I'm very overweight and I have like a solid like B maybe C cup. But I also am like, dude, fair play. Like that was very funny.
Marty Mush had Johnny Davis 316 on his chest.
Yeah, and you had an unbelievable Badger.
I was a Badger. Bubba painted my chest in a very realistic. It was so realistic actually. When Bucky saw it, he tried to attack me.
It was so realistic. I FaceTimed my family before, like at 6:00 at night, and I showed my son your chest, and he yelled Bucky. So that it
Bubba
passed
did a great
every
job.
test.
Bubba did a great job. It was so much fun. I'm without chest pain now. It all rubbed off.
Dude, look at this.
After we stormed the court,
I got nothing.
All my some poor people were out there on the court tonight, and they went home with just the remnants of my chest badger all over them.
I got nothing.
It was fun. I have to imagine that this is a night, Big Cat, where like if you were in college. Imagine you're a senior in college at Wisconsin. If you had died and went to heaven, tonight is probably pretty close to that simulation.
Yes, and it's honestly like we are very, very lucky to have been here tonight because think about it. You could go to college. You go to a Power 5 college, you go 4 years and never have a moment like this. You know what I mean? Like I never stormed a court when I was in college. I stormed a field, but like there's many schools that never have. We came here, we like swooped in and got to live like the greatest existence for one night in a college town.
They got Big Cat up on stage to give a speech after the game with the team. They gave him
I'm
this trophy.
I'm wearing the hat and they threw me a Big Ten title hat and a Big Ten title shirt, and they're like, come up on stage. Actually, they didn't say come up on stage. The announcer said, Big Cat, you're somewhere out there. We need you again on Sunday against Nebraska. And I heard him say, we need you. And I just started walking up to the stage. And then once I got up there, they're like, well, you might as well give a speech.
Well, before the game started, Big Cat got invited up to the DJ booth to give up the pump-up speech. And we were sitting backstage kind of brainstorming what he was going to say. And came to the conclusion like, okay, swearing is probably out of the picture.
Correct.
Probably should not do that. So you get up on stage after the game's over. They give you the mic for one sentence. And what do you say?
I said, you guys fucking rule. I figured the kids are gone. Like any kids that are still here, like their parents, if you're a parent of a small child and it's 10:30 at night, swearing's okay.
And also, you have to teach your kids that there are no inappropriate words, just inappropriate times to use them.
Yes.
I feel like winning a Big Ten championship on your home court against a higher-ranked team.
Yes.
As underdogs, you're allowed to drop a hard F.
And it was an insane game. It was back and forth, like awesome game.
Who's back? Bank shots.
Bank shots. People will cry because Wisconsin is lucky. I don't care. They won. Like they were supposed to not be in the bracket this year, according to some experts.
I just sent that a note.
I
just sent that a notes app.
Oh, I didn't even know you were here, Jake. Shit, I didn't know Jake was right here.
I'm sorry. I was wrong.
How funny is it though to think about this for a second? We were sitting in Hoboken in like early November after watching all day of football, sitting there having to, like do a podcast at 1 a.m. And at the end of the show, you're like, my first bracket came out. Wisconsin's not in the tournament. And now we're sitting here in the Kohl Center and they're a 2 seed, probably a 2 seed, at least a 3 seed. No, I don't want them to be a 1 seed. That's too much pressure.
Okay.
Well, how many quad 1 wins do you have?
A lot.
Probably 10?
A lot. We're stacking racks on racks of quad 1s.
Yeah, I apologize. Some people think I'm the only person in the world who didn't have them in.
Don't point the finger. It's you.
It's me.
You're the only person I know personally.
Jake, what?
That's true. That's true.
What lesson did you learn?
I learned that I was meant to be a play-by-play guy where you don't have to make predictions.
No,
I'm
don't
not
say
really
that.
good at them.
No, Jake, because you weren't making a prediction. You were just putting the bracket out as it stood, right?
Yes.
That's true.
Maybe take some chances, Jake.
Also, I'm gonna preemptively say this because I know there's a lot of people who don't like how lucky Wisconsin is. Very similar to Providence. I gave this speech on Sunday, but if you're someone who's sitting at home and being like, well, they're going to lose in the tournament. Well, 67 teams are going to lose in the tournament. I'm going to enjoy the fuck out of this night. I don't care. Sports are about the journey. This was an awesome night. This season has been an awesome season. This team is like, I think they think I'm on the team now. I think Greg Gard looked at me and was like, can you give me some fouls? Because they were just fucking throwing me up there. And I did not fit in with my, what are you going to say, Hank? Oh, yeah, the t-shirt
cannon was a lot of fun.
I've never felt more like God than when I had the t-shirt cannon. That thing goes.
Dude, it not only goes, but it also is on this pivoting thing, which rotates you 360 degrees as you're firing. You looked like you were in charge of a tank.
It was so awesome.
And so while you were doing that, Marty and I were chucking T-shirts with our bare hands, old school style, up into the stands.
Raw dogging it.
And we both threw out our arms. Like, our arms are fucking dead right now. I think I actually broke something in my wrist throwing those T-shirts.
Oh, man. It was a hell of a night. The Chucky Hepburn bank shot was ridiculous. I mean, the final, like, 12 seconds. The fact that Jaden Ivey hit the three and Greg Gard didn't call a timeout was like, okay, I guess we're just going for this. Hits the bank shot three. Who else hit? Oh, bank shot three.
Yep.
That was a bank shot that makes people very mad. There was a lot of people very mad.
So it was loud in there, but I heard him call it.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, it was. If you watch it back, the angle was correct.
He called it. It was the big fundamental. It was a page right out of Tim Duncan's playbook.
Yes, he just fucking bank shot three'd it in.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if Wisconsin wins the Natty this year.
No, let's don't do this to me. Let me have tonight.
No. I'm not saying like I'm not going to be surprised if they win the Natty. I'm saying if they do win the Natty, if Big Cat gets a ring. Mm-hmm. That's how much he seemed like he was part of the team afterwards. Dude. To be honest with you, we were watching the scoreboard after the game was over and after the court storming was over, and when they're doing the presentation, they've got everybody on stage. I was not surprised when the guy was like, let's get Big Cat up here. I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, they threw me a hat and a shirt like instantly before half the team had one. I got to say, college kids, like I forget how much energy college kids have because, one, my feet are dead. Like we stood the whole game. I want to like sit in a fucking Epsom salt bath for the rest of the night. Two, and we have this on video. I'm sure you had a similar experience, PFT. We stormed the court, which was awesome. Like so much fun. Dancing, mosh pit. Maybe 3 minutes into storming the court, I was like, I need to get out of here. I'm going to die here because I have no ability to like stand anymore. I'm so sweaty. I'm so tired. I'm so out of shape. Like I think that I looked at Jake and I was tapping my head for the oxygen. And he was like, I can't do anything.
It's funny because a lot of colleges are like, you know what? We don't want the kids to storm the court. Things could get dangerous. Here they're like, you know what? We're gonna play Mo Bamba followed by Turn Down for What? Hopefully that'll clear the court off a little bit.
Every time
it was just banger after banger, and I was like, no.
Yeah, because you had to dance to it.
Play
like,
the Fox
injury
Injury music. Let me get out of here.
It was what a fucking night. You guys enjoy Madison?
Unbelievable.
Good sports town. Great sports town.
This arena is probably the nicest college venue.
Yeah, it's a real arena. It's like a real
venue.
It could be an NBA arena.
It really felt like it.
Yeah, it was a hell of a night. Can we get Marty over here for a sec? Because I want to hear from Marty. He's a noted Wisconsin hater. He was actually the best was after the game. So it was one of those situations where I was like getting like basically ushered around with the team. It was very similar to the Blackhawks when Patrick Sharp was like, no, you're coming with us. I was like, wait, no, I shouldn't be here. They were just like pushing me around everywhere, and I ended up in the back tunnel by the locker room. And Joe Krabenhoff shout out Joe Krabenhoff, fucking loved him as a Badger assistant coach of Juwan Howard face smushing fame, just walked up to Marty. He goes, you were in fucking Rutgers gear 3 days ago. Right in Marty's face.
That was
noted
tough.
Wisconsin hater Marty Mush.
Did you think about smushing him?
Yeah.
I was thinking about
No,
it,
Joe would have smushed you. Joe's a fucking tough dude.
I was on the court, like, storming it, and some girl looked at me with style and goes, you shouldn't fucking be here. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm very viable, but no joke. Thank you for letting me come. It was fucking unbelievable.
Okay, so do you believe in us a little bit?
I believe in you a little bit.
Okay,
I mean,
all right.
Wall is unbelievable.
He was, dude, his post moves against Edie, who's like twice his size, were incredible.
Edie's a freak.
He really is.
How does
and
he
nicely
take a shit?
When he
ginormous.
When he moves, it looks like he has to like tell each individual part of his body to move. He's that big. He's like, okay, pick up the right leg. He's like one of those guys that's got like a robot. He's a robot body with like a little man inside of him pulling all the levers.
Yes.
He takes the heaviest steps.
Yeah. I wanted to tell you too. Marty knows how the Badgers won this game. It was one thing and one thing only. Do you want to say?
The little kid.
It was the little kid. I don't think anyone else caught it besides me and Marty, and I think Jake helped a little too.
The little kid was like looking around, like because they rip up the newspaper before the game.
There were two little kids sitting in front of us that were doing. I think they were doing the floor. They were like cleaning it, and they were maybe like 6, 7 years old. And one of them would go ahead.
And the kid just wanted a Johnny Davis one. We could not find it for what?
A piece of paper, just a newspaper with Johnny Davis's face on it. Couldn't find it.
The game's going. Big Cat is not watching. He's like, I need to find this for the kid, or we're gonna lose.
Because Purdue was going on a run. I was like, if we don't find this Johnny Davis thing, we're gonna lose this game. And then we found it, and it literally flipped all the momentum.
It went on a run, so shout out that kid.
Yeah,
and
you knew.
and
You knew right away. I literally turned to Marty. I was like, if we don't find a fucking picture of Johnny Davis, this little kid, we're going to lose this game.
You were starting to get mad. You're like, where the fuck is his baby?
Is that the same kid that when Bucky came by, he took my shirt? And
Yes.
Then
Yes. So I had to take it back.
I was shirtless, naturally. But you need a shirt to be presentable in certain environments, like going up into the level that we were up at halftime. And then after the game, I figured I would need a shirt to walk around. And Bucky the Badger just came by, picked my shirt up off the ground, and then gave it to that little kid. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
How do I get my shirt back from a child?
And I just took it.
Yeah,
I just took it.
I just took it back.
I like it. It's a dad thing now, like where I see a little kid. I'm like, all right, this could be my son. I'm just going to take this shirt back.
What a night, though.
What a night. It was so much fun. And also, shout out to the student section. Like, I know that like we're at a certain level in terms of success and everything, but it's still very humbling to show up and have like fat head pictures and people going crazy. Like the student section was incredible all night. So loud, so welcoming to us.
Not only do they have a bunch of energy, but you forget, if you're not around college students, you forget how young they look sometimes.
Yes.
I think they're younger. I think that there's a bunch of like 16 and 17-year-old overachievers going to Wisconsin because there were a lot of baby faces down there. But then I look back and I'm like, oh shit, I used to be young.
Yeah, and one woman asked me in the hallway, she's like, how long ago did you graduate? I was like, 15 years. She's like, oh. And I was like, oh, fuck, dude. Like, Marty was there for that. She literally was just like, oh. Damn it. But yeah, thank you guys for coming too, because this whole thing came together on Sunday night. We were literally sitting in the office, and I was like, I think I want to go to this game. Do you guys want to come with me? And you guys were like, yeah, let's fucking go. And now we're going to Indy. We're going to be in Indy for the Combine, so we made a double trip out of it. But I appreciate you guys coming because it would not have been as fun if it was just me and my phone and just like running around.
It was a blast.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Anything else?
I love live sports.
The best. Oh.
Hey, you know what? Crowds are back.
Crowds are back. So, what were you going to say?
Did you have inspiration for the basketball titties?
No, I mean, I
Where
just
did that
know
come from?
my breasts are large, and
That's unprecedented move.
yeah, I mean, they look like basketballs. And Liam really was an incredible artist. I just knew, like, listen, I'm in it for the content. Like, you can say a lot of things about me, but I don't put out for I put out for the people. I do. And let me just say this. Liam can back me up. The cheerleaders were fucking digging it. Liam, back me up. Dude, they kept on coming over. At one point, they came over and they asked for a picture. I was like, yeah, do you have a camera? They're like, no. And I was like, okay. And then they came back and they're like, we had a camera now. And they were giving me, I think there's something to be said about, like, there's a lot of fucking little skinny college boys, and then the big boys come around, and it's like, we got me and my tits and, like, my barrel chest. PFT's got a lot of hair. Like, they saw some real men, and they were like, whoa. This is different.
Dad bods are back.
Yeah, this is different. I haven't seen this. And I was like, yeah, there's a lot here. I also was just like gyrating and like rubbing my belly.
Oh, also shout out to ESPN for putting a directive out there to not show us on camera at all. That was it was their instruction.
Yes.
To not put us on television
No
tonight.
joke.
So if you did see us on TV, it was purely by accident.
Yes, there was a camera guy sitting in front of us, and I was like, why don't you show us? He's like, we're not allowed to. I was like, you work for ESPN? He's like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. Well, that's I guess this little petty war continues, but fuck it. We had the best coverage of the night, and also shout out Ron and Caleb, 2 for 2, unbelievable. They stormed a court in at TCU tonight, so it's court storming. This is March.
Yep.
There's
Best
nothing
time of the year.
Best time of the year. Oh, last thing is we taped the rest of the podcast earlier today, and we were just like way wrong about MLB. So,
so
baseball's done.
MLB is canceled. They've canceled the first 2 series of the season so far. Yeah, I saw that
us being wrong.
One of the reasons why they're held up in the negotiations is because one of the owners wants bigger bases this season. He wants to increase the size of the base.
I love it. Oh man, what a night! And then we're off to Indy. Friday will be another great show. We got a recurring guest, long-time recurring guest that we have back and forth with all the time.
He hasn't been on the show for a while.
Salt. All right, let's go to Hot Seat Cool Throne and Duncan Robinson, which was awesome. reminder, Duncan Robinson Part 2, we kept on taping with those guys, will be on their podcast, which is The Long Shot with Duncan Robinson and Davis Reed.
Reeds.
Shady Rays is back for another run around the sun. Shady Rays sunglasses offer an industry-best combination of fit, style, and performance without the big brand price tag. It doesn't stop at the quality. Shady Rays offers the most insane warranty in all of eyewear. Every pair is backed by lost and broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they will send you a brand new pair. Wear with confidence wherever. PFT's wearing a Shady Rays right now.
Always wearing Shady Rays.
Love my Shady Rays. I was wearing my Shady Rays on vacation. Shady Rays has the best sunglasses out there. They also provide 10 meals to fight hunger in America with every order and have donated over 20 million meals to date. That's giving back right now and wearing great sunglasses. If you don't love them, exchange them for a new pair or return them for free within 30 days. They're no risk. When you shop with Shady Rays, their team always has your back. Go right now to Shady Rays. Shady Rays is giving out their very best deal of the season. Go to shadyrays.com. Use code PARDON20 for $20 off your next pair of shades. Shadyrays.com. Use code PARDON20 for $20 off your next pair of shades. Okay, hot seat, cool throne. Henry. The big man.
I got a cool throne.
The big man,
Big
hot
Hank.
seat. Yeah, big suit Hank.
Suit man.
I got a cool throne.
What's up, Hank?
Big boss man Hank.
Vice President.
Veep.
Yep.
My cool throne
We
is
did it, Joe.
We did it, Hank.
Bob Nightingale.
Wait, what's your hot seat?
What?
Your hot seat?
What?
Your hot seat is Hank because he's a suit.
Hank is a big time suit. Hank went corporate on us.
This is my favorite storyline when Corporate Kane. This is Corporate Hank. He's going to come in a suit.
Suits.
My
Yeah.
hot seat is Jacob
Performance
Podol.
reviews.
Oh, well, okay. Yep.
He got dunked on bad.
What happened?
Yeah. You
Why
got
are you
it.
laughing?
Jakob Pertl.
That's worth it.
Sorry.
That wasn't just. That was the whole.
All right.
That was the whole. That was like you getting. You have a beater of a car and you get hit from behind and you bring it in. They're like, it's totaled. Like that whole name was totaled.
Wait, you know
Jake
what's happened?
flinched. Jake flinched. I saw him out of the corner of my eyes. He's like,
You know what's happening is Hank came in today
sorry.
thinking he was the big suit, but he ran into the OG suit, Jake Marsh.
You totaled
Had
the-
to put him back in place real
You
quick.
totaled the name. Say it again, Hank. The way you said it.
Jacob. I mean, it's.
Say it again.
We've learned on the
Jacob
show.
Podol.
I am a phonetic reader. Jacob Podol.
And what was it?
I've said I might be wrong.
No,
no.
don't
Yeah.
stop, Jake.
Double sportsmanship.
I said Jakob Pertl. Here I'm seeing Jakob Podol.
Okay, either way,
I was close.
He totaled the name. Okay, good hot seat.
Ja Morant dunked on him though.
Yeah,
Ja
it was
Morant
sick.
doing Ja Morant things. Just hot seat city.
That was maybe the best 30 seconds of individual basketball I've ever seen in my life.
He's
And
the
the end of
50
quarter
burger.
play when Steven Adams threw it full court and there was like a 0.5 seconds left and he.
Yeah, it was nuts. And I mean, this was going to be my cool throne, but let's just talk about it right now. It's now trending towards like Zion Williamson, Ja Morant being one of the most embarrassing. Like
You know what it is? It's become the Greg Oden, Kevin Durant.
yeah, like Zion. Obviously, I still think he'll be okay, but we have not heard from him. They were roasting him on Mardi Gras. You see that? They had a
The float
huge
was insane.
fat guy, and just like he was eating jambalaya and with a walking boot on, which was very funny.
I mean, I'm going to say something controversial. I think that Zion Williamson is a better player when he's fat. I want him to get fatter, in fact.
Well, he doesn't play right now. He's a better player.
He needs to get fatter.
Yeah, he just needs to get so fat that they roll him out there. But yeah, Ja Morant is that fucking good. Like, he is absolutely electric. The Grizzlies are awesome. 50 burger last night. 50 burger. And he is must-watch TV. And then Zion just doesn't exist anymore. And it hurts that Zion was in that draft class. Obviously, Ja Morant went to a smaller school. But Zion, remember Zion's Duke year? It was must-watch TV.
Yeah, he
It
was
like,
he
holy
was the
shit,
guy.
this is incredible.
I also think that Ja Morant has become maybe the most likable player, the most likable youngster in the NBA.
We got to have him back on.
Yeah.
I forgot that he's a
Recurring guest,
recurring
a
guest.
part of my
Yes.
take, yeah.
His dad roasts him.
Actually, I want to have his dad on the show.
That too.
That's what we should do is get Ja Morant's dad on the show. Mr. Morant, please come on the podcast to just berate your son because right now he's playing so well that he's probably getting a big head.
Yep.
And needs you to come over the top and be like, hey, man, you stink.
We want him to score 60, not 50. Okay, Hank.
Then my cool throne is Bob Nightingale.
Huge night for him.
Huge night. I feel like he's kind of the laughing stock of the MLB Big J journos. He's the classic, like he's the Mike Carey of Big J journos.
Correct.
It's because he's got that profile picture. His avatar on Twitter is just—it's always laugh out loud when you see it because he looks like an assistant principal in middle school, like the one that tries to be fun.
Well, and also there's a dying breed in sports journalism. There's nothing quite like a baseball journalist, and Jeff Passan has kind of ruined it, and I'm saying this is a compliment to Jeff. We'd like to have him on at some point, but he is kind of like the cool new guy. He gets it. We need more Bob Nightingales, John Heyman, like the guys who just don't get it, and they tweet, and they are like Peter Gammons. Remember when he would just every like 3 weeks he would just tweet out of his pocket
He would
like
just sit
random
down.
numbers.
Yeah, he'd sit down like the letter F would just fill up the screen, and he'd hit tweet on it.
But we missed that. We need Bob Nightingale.
I like Bob Nightingale because he does serve a purpose in the ecosystem.
Right.
He's one of the old school guys. Like if you open up one of his veins, just Diet Coke comes out.
Yeah. So what happened?
So last night, MLB talked. It seemed like they said the deadline was today, and then last night at the 11th hour, it was probably 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. He put out a tweet that said the two sides have appeared to have reached a compromise on a 12-team postseason.
Whoa.
Which was a big, point of contention. This was at 10:41, and then that was kind of the waterfall for everyone being like, "Oh, it looks like things are happening, things are happening, things are happening." Although I will say, I just pulled up his profile to find the tweets from last night, and he just recently said, "Where is it pulled up?" MLB believes that talks have gone backwards today.
Oh no!
So
There's been a material change.
There was a point though where everyone was like, "Oh my God, Bob Nightingale! Finally, this is his moment. He's done it. He finally, broke news. That's correct." And that's what this was 30 minutes ago, so I hadn't even seen this yet. And it seemed like today, they were figuring out a deal. They did it. They moved back the deadline a few hours, and it was just a matter of time before, they officially figured out the deal. But now MLB believes the talks have gone backwards. So
I think
we'll see.
all that happened was the players realized that they have like a great superpower where they can keep all the owners up past 9 p.m. Like Hal Steinbrenner's calling it a night at 11 o'clock. He probably was gassed. So they just keep them up late enough. They get loopy. They start making deals that they don't want to make. And then they woke up today and they're like, wait, we don't want to do any of this. We're billionaires.
By the time this podcast drops, there will probably have been a decision made, or will there not?
I would say either or.
I think that there's definitely either going to be a decision made, or they still might have some work to do closing the gap.
My sources are saying a deal will be made eventually.
So what I'm hearing, and this is serious because I have actually been in touch with people on the ground there. Straight up, here's what's going on right now.
The guy handing out bagels.
Yeah, here's what's going on right now. They're nearing a deal. They're almost at a deal, but there still remains a couple issues where the two sides are far apart.
Okay, so I was actually talking. I wasn't talking to someone who is on the ground. I was talking to someone who's close to someone who's on the ground.
Close to the ground?
And yeah, because he wasn't there, but he has sources there. And he said that the next 24 hours will be very telling in the future of baseball. That was all he wanted to divulge.
Because both sides still have some issues that they're working towards. Yep.
Correct. So that's our prediction.
I have a question for Hank.
Informed prediction.
What is the 11th hour? When you say the 11th hour, I'm just curious because I always hear that phrase, but I don't know what it means.
That's like 11 o'clock.
That's the 11th hour?
What's the clock?
Midnight.
I guess you have to midnight. Wouldn't it be the 20? Are we doing military time?
Is there 24-hour clock?
Yeah, so that actually should be 02300.
Right.
I think it goes back to, Big Ben.
You think there's anyone in Ukraine who's like still following I hope baseball season starts?
For sure. Are you kidding me?
Bob Nightingale, get your shit together, bro. I want to talk to that guy. Probably not. They got bigger things to worry about. Your cool throne?
That was my cool
throne. Okay, that was your cool throne. All right, good job. Thank you very much, Hank.
Good job, Mr. Vice President.
Thanks.
PFT.
My hot seat is the Hugh Jackson Foundation.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackson Foundation firmly on the hot seat. He is the coach at Grambling, and he hired Art Briles from Baylor, the former Baylor head coach, to be their new offensive coordinator. A lot of people got upset about that, including Grambling quarterback, the former guy Doug Williams, also former Redskins quarterback, won a Super Bowl. Yeah.
One guy didn't get upset.
Yeah. Yes.
Our very own Ben Mintz.
Oh, okay.
He congratulated Art Briles.
Oh, he was happy about it?
He said, great get.
Okay, so a lot of people got upset about it, and then they ended up dismissing or coming to a mutual understanding that Art Briles would leave, but not before Hugh Jackson, his foundation, totally separate from Hugh Jackson himself, tweeted out his support for Art Briles. And then everybody was like, wait a second. Why is there a Hugh Jackson Foundation?
Yeah.
Nobody really knew that Hugh Jackson had a foundation until he tweeted out an official statement using their letterhead, not Grambling's letterhead, about the hire. And then people looked into it, and Dan Murphy from ESPN found out the Hugh Jackson Foundation collected $158,000 in 2019. It paid out $115,000 to its only paid employee, and then spent $15,000 on travel. So the foundation gave out $4,000 in grants out of $158,000.
That's a lot of money.
But then Hugh Jackson came over the top, also tweeting from his foundation, saying, what you failed to report is where that money came from. Hugh Jackson was the largest donor, and he personally donated over 75% of the funds. So Hugh Jackson, it seems, is funding
No, so
the
that's
Hugh
tax
Jackson
fraud. That's tax
Foundation.
fraud.
So now they're looking into it. And
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure
tax fraud. Because
Hugh
I know
Jackson-
exactly what he's doing. He's giving money to a foundation that you can write off and then paying probably his wife and then giving $4,000 away.
You might think something like that is going on, Big Cat, but I personally think Hugh Jackson does need a foundation. How does a guy who has Hugh Jackson's track record as a head coach, like you would expect that guy would need some charity every now and again?
What a perfect Hugh Jackson story, though, to be like, all right, I want to distance myself from my own stupidity of hiring Art Briles, so I'm going to have my foundation tweet this out. And then someone looks into the foundation, and they're like, oh, tax fraud.
Yeah.
So Stu Jackson is Sideshow Bob stepping into rakes.
Hugh Jackson went 0 for 2 on this story.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, so he's in a lot of trouble probably moving forward. That was the
Not,
whole
though. Probably like maybe a taste of trouble.
his foundation.
A Scotia
His
trouble.
foundation
He'll
is in
fold
trouble.
it, or you
Yeah.
know what? He'll take it back.
You know what? He should just kind of rebrand it and just call it the Hugh J Foundation.
This might be a time to bring back the Hugh Jackson intro of Hot Seat Cool Throne we had a few years ago.
Oh yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackson had a drop on this podcast.
Yeah.
Anyways, get Hugh Jackson back in the
remember
NFL.
that
He was
name?
hilarious.
Yeah, for a cameo. He got
Yeah.
him on. Bleep
my,
out cameo.
my cool throne is Uncrustables. I had my first Uncrustable today in the airport, and I've been on cloud nine ever since. I don't know how I went my entire life without having one.
They're great.
I feel like Uncrustables really came out maybe after I left the house.
Correct.
Like after I graduated from high school, went to college. I would assume
Graduated
that
from college, worked for a few years.
Yeah, no, they're
Are they
within
recent?
the last decade, I want to say, right? Maybe 15?
Jake, can you look up when Uncrustables were invented?
On it.
Yeah.
Thank you. But they're fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
They're really good. It was one of those things where I took it out of the package and I just admired it for a second. And then you bite into it and you can tell that it was designed in a lab by like the flavor scientists. And it doesn't taste like anything that you'd find in nature, but it's fucking amazing.
Well, it also is great because it's the peanut butter and jelly with like extra sugar.
Yeah. Oh,
That's what they've done. Where it's like, hey, this is just a nice, good snack. It's good for you. It's like, no, that is a candy bar, and I'm fine with that.
Jake, you got it?
1995 in Fargo, North Dakota.
Shit.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I guess my family was just poor.
Well, no, no, that would be.
I feel like Uncrustables are rich kids.
You think so?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, you go over to your rich kids, like your
And they
rich
have
friend's house.
Uncrustables? Yeah, like,
they've
we
got
don't
all the
even
good
need-
video games, and they're just like the mom walks in the kitchen. She's like, "Let me cook you a snack," and she just throws you an Uncrustable.
Yeah, like we don't even fuck with the corner edges of bread.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you what, I'm done with crusts. I can't go back.
I have not had more than maybe a half dozen Uncrustables. All's an adult too. So I think you're right. I don't think it was big when we were kids.
It wasn't big.
I think
when we
that's
were
what
kids.
it was.
I would love to just get stoned out of my mind and eat 20 Uncrustables. That sounds like the best time
You
ever.
make that sound like it's an unattainable goal. That's like Billy risking it all.
Yeah,
Like you can do that. You're going to do that probably on Friday night.
I'll do it on a live stream.
Like my dream in life.
It sounds like it honestly sounds like the best time ever. Like put on a movie,
Terror for it all.
Watch Avatar,
Need
hit
some
a
milk.
gravity
Need
bong,
some milk.
need some milk, some water too.
Maybe put milk in the bong.
Oh, that's a
They
good
have grilled
idea.
cheese
That would hit
Uncrustables
so
too.
smooth.
Not as popular.
What?
Grilled cheese Uncrustables.
Ugh.
Yeah,
They didn't
that's
want
gross.
that to us.
Ew.
I want a little bit of crust and a grilled
Gross.
cheese because it's like a little texture in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Uncrustables, fuck.
Yeah.
They absolutely
Very
blew
good.
my mind today. Yeah. My other cool throne was empathy. And we've been talking a lot on this
Empaths?
podcast about empathy and empaths. We are welcoming a brand new member to our collective here of empaths, Ndamukong Suh. That's right. Known empath, Ndamukong Suh said today online, he was like, you know, what the world needs now is more empathy. Empathy is really going to cause a lot of changes in this world. So thank you, Ndamukong Suh for stepping out and showing
Appreciate
us
that.
how empathetic you are.
Yes. All right. My hot seat is the Arizona Cardinals because Kyler Murray has issued a long statement from his agent, which was, it really was a test of like how bad all of our collective attention spans have gotten, because I saw it and I skimmed it. It was maybe 300 words and I was like, nope, too long.
I think it was more than that. I think it was like 500 or 600.
But it was, you saw it right away and you're like, whoa.
Yeah,
Just chill out, dude.
I read the first sentence and then my eyes went down to the end at his god awful logo. Apparently Kyler Murray has a logo.
What is Kyler Murray? It's very bizarre that he released this statement after a debacle of a first round exit, and this whole we've turned around the Arizona Cardinals franchise. They've had one winning season, and Kyler Murray has a lot of weapons and a lot of help. Mm-hmm. They traded for DeAndre Hopkins. They traded for Zach Ertz in the middle of the season. Mm-hmm. He has when healthy. They got AJ Green. When healthy, I would say the Cardinals have done the probably top 5 in terms of going all in to help their quarterback.
Yeah, again, he leads the league in nonsense. There's so much nonsense that this guy puts out. I don't know what he's really asking for, because his two demands.
It's money.
His two demands. He's trying to act like the media is twisting his words and turning people against him. But his demands are: I want to be extremely highly paid, and I want to win a Super Bowl.
Yes.
So these are my demands.
Yes.
It's like, okay, yeah, ideally, I think every player in the NFL would also like that.
Yeah, it's wild. I don't know how this. I mean, yeah, they're going to pay him, and then he's going to be upset, and he's going to be more upset, and they're not going to win, and he's going to be more upset, and then he's going to, I feel like when he's 28, he's going to be like, I'm going to go play baseball.
He's an emo kid.
Yeah.
That's what the problem is.
Yeah.
He's probably got
different generation,
40,
built different, not
40
like us.
gauge earrings, spends all his time listening to Dashboard.
My cool throne was Ja Morant, but I'll throw an extra hot seat in there. Skip Bayless, because LeBron James went after I think Lakers beat writer Bill Oram for misquoting him. And every time LeBron roasts a journalist, I always think how mad Skip Bayless must be, because he's just been looking for acknowledgement by LeBron for pretty much the last 15 years. And LeBron will then pick, I'm sure Bill Orum's a good journalist. I'm saying the lowest man on the totem pole in terms of least visibility, and go after him instead of going after a big dog like Skip Bayless.
Yeah, it's not that he's the lowest man. It's just that I think LeBron is afraid of Skip.
Correct.
And deservedly so.
But Skip's got to be what do I got to do at this point?
I'm going to push back on that. I don't think that Skip wants LeBron to respond now. I think it's gone so long.
Oh, he wants him to come on.
He knows that he is dominant.
Wait,
over LeBron James.
Are you telling me that Skip Bayless doesn't want LeBron James to come on his show and debate him?
I think it's
He
better.
absolutely does.
I think it's better for Skip if LeBron continues to be afraid of him. Because right now Skip can be like, LeBron knows that I'm the alpha in this relationship. Because he goes out there and plays basketball, and then I talk about him playing basketball.
Skip debating LeBron would
about
be
LeBron,
the greatest thing ever. He probably prays and has Ernestine pray every single night for LeBron to accept his debate invitation.
Only on weekends when they push the beds together.
Could you imagine if LeBron debated Skip Bayless about LeBron's legacy with Skip Bayless?
I think it's a bad idea for LeBron, because Skip would.
Oh no, he would. No, that's what I'm saying. That's why Skip would love it. He would come in. Skip knows LeBron better than LeBron knows LeBron.
Yes, I think at the end of the day, LeBron would leave and he'd be like,
"What just happened?
You know what? Jordan's the GOAT."
Yeah. What just happened to me?
Yeah, did
I really score 8 points against the Mavericks in Game 4 or whatever it was?
This man is right. I don't want to shoot foul shots at the end of playoff games.
Oh man, I am LaFraud. Mm-hmm. He would have to go to therapy.
He'd start tweeting out my recipe for a Mickey Mouse ring.
Yes.
Skip's the entire world gets COVID. We go to Disney World for a month.
Oh man. All right, Jake, your hot seat, cool throne.
My hot seat are linebackers. We've got a reminder in my phone. December 17th episode. Chiefs Chargers Thursday night recap. You guys said you are boycotting linebackers at the combine.
Nope, not correct. We were threatening to boycott the linebacker workout at the combine
if
the NFL fucked over Cleveland.
That's right.
Because they were trying to fuck over the Browns.
They didn't. We lift our sanctions.
Yeah, we lifted our sanctions on Goodell. I think the sanctions worked. We applied pressure.
Yep.
Sanctions
are hot in the streets right now.
That's fair.
If you want to get results, you sanction. Mm-hmm. That's how you do it. We should start sanctioning random people.
Okay.
Let's sanction Billy from drinking water.
He just drink beer.
Yeah,
He'd actually be
that would
very happy
backfire
about
on us.
that, yeah.
That would backfire.
My cool throne are people who hate Derek Jeter.
Oh, yeah.
Stepped down as CEO of the Miami Marlins.
Dude, what was the? Can you answer this for me, Jake? What was the deal with the cones at his? They coned off his parking spot at the practice facility when he stepped down, as if like they were going to keep him from coming back or so. I don't know what it was. It was very bizarre.
That was their
Search
way of like
Derek Jeter parking spot.
Is that like how they change the locks on the door if they fire somebody?
It was very weird. The Marlins are just a bizarre organization.
Actually, Jake, you know what you should do?
Yeah. Oh, I see the cones.
Yeah,
That doesn't really look like a big barrier. Like,
I know. What were they doing? Or was it an homage? It was smart. Credit to Derek Jeter, like to step down when baseball is like having its intense labor negotiations and baseball is being threatened.
Mm-hmm.
No one's like that wasn't a headline that anyone remembers.
I have a statement from the number one Marlins fan.
Yeah,
in
I
the
was
world.
going.
yeah,
I was going to
please.
ask about that because
he texts me. I've
Oh,
never
yeah,
met the
because-
guy.
Remember, he tried to pay off Derek Jeter. He tried to give him a blank check.
I am very upset, period. Jeter wasn't Moses, period. Jeter didn't deliver from the bondage the oppressed Marlins fan, period. We believed in his religion. We believed in Project Wolverine. We trusted Jeter's process. Jeter failed.
what
Wow.
was? Wait, did I miss?
Project Wolverine is because he would have gone to Michigan.
Did I miss out on
there's
Project
more.
Wolverine?
Holy shit. I
He
mean,
didn't go to Michigan, right? He never played baseball in college. I think he would have gone to Michigan. It's
I
like
just know he was
LeBron
born in
pretends he would have
Kalamazoo.
gone to Duke.
Project
This is actually a
Wolverine-
great point. Points to Jake for people that hate Derek Jeter, me being one of them. This is the earlier message from Marlins man. Losing team, losing money. Fans hate him. Never made playoffs. Traded away or let go. Stanton, Yelich, Ozuna, Real Moto, Gordon, Dietrich, Ichiro. Alienated fans. Laughing stock of baseball. Lied in court pleading that not a Florida corporation. Lied when said
This is
not
like who didn't
negotiating
start the fire.
long-term deal. Did away with orange. Oh, this is the big one. Did away with orange after wearing it every single spring training day.
Whoa.
That was a big one.
Still, I am
Bridge too far.
depressed. Every superhero needs a villain. Plus, what direction is Marlins going? What that Jeter can't agree with? A winning team, exciting full stadium, playoff team, World Series championship, a 100% total failure. What employer keeps someone running the company like that?
You know
Wait,
what?
so is he
taking off to NYC
so
now.
Is Jeter the superhero and he's the villain?
I think so.
Yeah, no, I think what we have to, like, Marlins man should just run the Marlins.
Yeah.
There's
He
no
would know.
better man for the job.
They would
than
definitely
Marlins
have
man.
those orange jerseys back.
Yeah, they'd be back. The Mermaids would be back.
He would
teal
make
needs to be
the
back.
entire team sit with
still
him
wear that.
in between innings instead of the dugout.
Build the entire stadium out of that goofy Marlins sculpture that was in center field that used to circle around. when they
That
hit a
was
home
also
run.
fucked up. Derek Jeter took it out.
That was fucked up. You know what? I agree with Marlins man.
Yeah.
I think Jeter fucked up the Marlins on purpose.
Agreed.
Sanctioned.
All right, good statement.
Consider Jeter to be sanctioned by Marlins man.
He is sanctioned by us, by
Wait,
this
did he
podcast.
send you the same exact message?
Yes, I got
we
the
will
same
not.
text.
We will not have Derek Jeter on this podcast. Sanctioned.
Damn.
Done. Yeah, you heard it. Jake.
That was
Jake.
my AIM screen name, Jake Jeter too.
Jake Jeter.
too.
Yeah.
Damn.
Respect.
That is mad
We're
respect.
two-packed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mad respect. All right. Let's get to our interviews. We got two great interviews. We got Duncan Robinson, who we have a two-parter. So the second part will be on his podcast, which will be out on Thursday. Go check it out. What is it called again? Long shot.
The long shot.
With Duncan Robinson and
Davis
Reeves. Davis Reeves.
Miller.
Davis Reeves. If I got Davis Reeves, Davis is actually a
Reed.
really nice guy. Reed. Very close. Davis was a very nice guy. We had both of them on, and then go listen to their second part that we just kept on talking, had a great time with them. And then we're going to have Aidan Hutchinson, who is maybe the number one pick in the draft, coming up right after him. PFT?
Yeah, before we get to this interview with Duncan Robinson and Davis Reed, I want to talk to you guys about our great friends over at Sport Clips. I love Sport Clips. Sport Clips was the only place I went to when I thought I was going to have to cut my hair after Ryan Fitzpatrick won a playoff game. They are the best place in the world to get your hair cut if you're a guy. It's different from cutting girls' hair. They have specialists that know how to cut guys' hair. It doesn't matter if it's long hair, short hair. It doesn't matter what the face looks like. They know how to cut guys' hair to make it shape perfectly to your contours, to your face. Only at Sport Clips, you can walk into a haircut and go right away because you can sign up ahead of time because you can go on their website or app and claim your spot in line. Long wait, short wait, doesn't matter. You can see your spot on the list. You can do whatever you want, and Sport Clips will send you a 15-minute text when it's time to arrive. Opt-in is required. Message and data fees may apply. Love Sport Clips. You know what I love about Sport Clips? The hot steam towel, the MVP experience, the ambiance. But most of all, I like reserving a place in line so I don't have to go in and wait for forever. Sport Clips is the best. Check them out right now. Go to their website, Sport Clips, Sport Clips, Sport Clips. And now here's Duncan Robinson.
Okay, we now welcome on two special guests, one recurring guest. It is Duncan Robinson and his co-host, Davis Reed, from the Long Shot Podcast. And we're going to do a little something different. We've done this before. We're doing a two-parter. So the first part you're listening to right now on Pardon My Take. If you want to listen to the second part, it will be on the Long Shot with Duncan Robinson and Davis Reed. Out when? All right, I'm going to give you a tip real quick.
Yeah,
I asked you when your podcast drops, and you gave me sometimes this time, sometimes this time, sometimes that time. I was like, dude, rule one, drop it.
Right. I mean, I'm binded by an NBA schedule that I need to kind of work around.
Little league you play in.
Yeah, little caveat.
Yeah,
But
your
we usually drop Thursdays. So this can be counted on for next Thursday. So what's today? Today's Friday.
It's
Thursday.
We're going to drop
Today's
this
Thursday.
Say this Thursday.
This Thursday.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We're going to drop this next week.
Yeah. So this Thursday, tune into
the second
part
half.
2 on the Long Shot. Yeah,
All right.
100%.
So we should start. I know that everyone's talked about it a million times, but I mean, are you here now going to disavow Juwan Howard?
I'm happy you brought this up. Something I wanted to actually ask you about.
Okay.
I'm not willing to do that. I know Juwan well. I played for Juwan.
Did he ever try to smush your face?
Never had that issue. I'm not willing to do it, to be honest with you. And honestly, most of the Michigan people that I've talked to support him and are in his corner.
Way.
Understand that it was a mistake. But I mean, I think that there's multiple people at fault. There were some escalators.
Really?
I think there were some escalators.
Interesting.
There were good people on both sides. Is what you're saying.
Wait, I actually
fine
don't.
people.
I don't think anyone who said Juwan Howard should be fired was an idiot.
Okay,
I actually do think he needs anger management.
I mean, he got a legitimate punishment. I mean, 5 games, likely the rest of the season. Unfortunately, we've had a pretty pedestrian year.
Can you say that it was a legitimate punishment when he basically gets a better coach to fill in for him and win him games?
I will say
Phil Martelli?
Phil's a legend.
He is.
Phil is a ton of energy. Big Phil Martelli fan. But I think the punishment fit the crime.
I'm going to take the opposite side, though. I'm going to say that, Juwan Howard told him several times, stop touching me, stop touching me. He was standing his ground. If this took place in Florida, where you play, he would actually be legally in the right.
There were also some, he kind of got up under him. Guard did.
Yeah, Greg Gard.
Initially.
Aaron Donald.
And I think
similar body type.
Exactly. That sort of offensive lineman move, get up under. And I also think you saw Juwan trying to just move on. Right. He was just trying to acknowledge the disrespect that took place and just keep it moving. And then there was that interaction.
It was crazy because Greg Gard was trying to shake his hand in a handshake line, which is very rarely done.
Well, don't touch me, though.
Here's a take that I have.
You're just walking through the handshake line.
I think handshake lines in general for college athletics is, it's just it's outdated. Why are we still doing that? It's just
that's such an NBA guy take.
But it's just an
you wouldn't last a
excuse.
second in the NHL. You know that?
But it's just what do you expect after a heated competitive game?
Sportsmanship.
But we got rid of them with COVID, and I think that should have just been let's just
like
move forward.
Because I like to see. I actually don't care if the players don't shake hands. I have no problem with it. I want to see the coaches because I want to see who sucks at losing the most.
So in the NBA, every bench does this the exact same. You just give the courtesy hand up, kind of wave. You don't need to bring it in, whatever. You don't need to do that. And it's just you don't have any altercations. There's nothing. You just do the wave, little head nod, acknowledge it, head to the locker room. And I feel like that's sportsmanship enough.
Well, the reason I like the handshake line is I want to see the rare occasion where the handshake line turns into a fight. I don't actually care about the sportsmanship. I just want to see the bad blood, whether it's a player or a coach coming together. That's just the game after the game, in a way. It's a way for me to not have to change the channel immediately after the game ends.
I understand that.
I agree. I think it's good for the sport.
This is Davis Reed, by the way.
Hey, everybody.
Just wanted to give everyone
I love that I was in the intro,
This is a
too.
big debut for Davis.
Yeah.
From
Huge.
small town Kansas, has
Right.
made it onto quite the production you guys.
Yeah.
did.
Do you think Patrick Mahomes is his top 5 quarterback?
Top 2, probably not 2.
Oh.
Yeah,
But-
but I'm biased.
A lot of people say that he's kind of a check down guy now.
Patty checkdowns is what we
That
call
was
them.
out of necessity, guys.
Right.
They're dropping 8, like
Right.
you know, and he was still going. Oh,
Well, he
I
couldn't.
don't want to talk
He
to
couldn't
the
beat
Chiefs.
when they were. He couldn't beat him when they were dropping 8.
Right. No,
Right.
no, they cracked.
Yeah.
We'll
Okay.
talk
Well,
Chiefs later.
all right. So, what was your point on handshakes?
I'm going to die on the hill that I think it's good for I mean, if you were told that every handshake line was going to include a slap from one of the head
Yes.
coaches, would you not watch
Yes,
every
of
game?
course. No, I love it. That's what I'm saying. I want to see Coach K pissed off and like have to shake someone's hand after he loses in the tournament. Like that's fun for me.
But if that's the case, then we can't be up in arms and calling for people's jobs
When
it does
he
happen.
smushes people?
Yeah, when it does happen.
Yeah,
It's
I
like, what
mean-
do you expect?
Yeah, I guess there is a line where it's like they could shake hands and not try to fight the whole other team.
Yeah, no, it's like.
But I guess the point to you.
But we are putting them in a situation where it's like, okay, you guys have just competed. Now go stand next to each other for 3 minutes, and then we're going to watch you to make sure that you stand next to each other correctly. And if you don't, then we're going to call for you to be fired.
Yes.
We're like putting them in that position. But again, that's part of the pageantry of sports. And I do think that there is something to watching a game on TV. Imagine if you watched a game on TV and the second the buzzer sounded, it just cut immediately to something else. You need like a little come down period, and watch the handshake line can do that. But I think anyone that was calling for Juwan Howard to be fired over that is pretty much just a clown.
It's a Michigan State.
I appreciate that.
It's a Michigan
I
State
appreciate that.
All right, so the first place Heat,
That's right.
which is crazy. Heat culture. Is Heat
That's right.
culture real?
Oh, it's as real as ever.
What does it look like?
It's alive and well.
Could you see it on the street? Like that person has Heat culture?
I think if you were to see it on the screen, it would just be a picture of Pat Riley. And then maybe Spo would be like photoshopped in there as well because he now has been pushing the culture for so
he
long.
embodies Heat culture.
Yeah, I think the combination of the two. And then Udonis Haslam is in there as well, probably.
Yeah.
Is he still?
He's still on the team.
Wow.
What's his day-to-day like? Does he actually practice, or does he show up and just like wear the sweatpants the whole time?
You know, I say this all the time, and I actually mean this. Like, UD brings a ton of value to our team. Like, genuinely. From, like, a leadership, locker room presence. I mean, he says it all the time. He's like, I've seen everything but the wind in this league. Like, that's, like, his line. And it's true. Like, he's gone through it all in the Heat jersey, has won championships, has played every single role. Undrafted guy, in many ways, like, embodies – you know, what a lot of guys on our roster are trying to get to. And, you know, he's had multiple times this year where he's come in and helped us win. And he had the great altercation with Dwight Howard last year where he, you know, got ejected at 90 seconds into you know, his minutes, which was special.
I love that, though. I love the fact that he's a spark guy.
Yeah.
You'll need him a couple times a year to get in the
100%.
game. Don't ask him to play like every night, but like the times that you need him, he'll come in, he'll deliver. He is the Miami Heat. It's like him and Dwayne Wade.
I'll say this. He would be an unbelievable guest on this show.
Okay.
Tell him to come on the show.
Get it hooked up.
Unbelievable. We had him on our show, and it was by far our best interview. A lot of cursing, a lot of great stories, a lot of great Pat Riley stories, Dwayne Wade stories. He's just...
Let's get him on. Does he have kids? Is he like going to be like LeBron, or is his kids already so old they can't be in the NBA anymore?
He does have kids. I think he has 3 boys. The oldest plays football in college. He's an offensive lineman somewhere, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
The youngest,
So
the middle is a really good baseball player in Miami.
Oh, damn.
I think he'll probably play in college. But yeah, I think the youngest one plays basketball. But no, we're not looking at a LeBron situation.
What do you think about Bronny's game? Break it down for us.
Somebody was just asking me. Honestly, I'm not qualified to speak on it. I'm not tapped into high school basketball, even though it seems like Sierra Canyon games are rivaling UCLA games in terms of attendance. I mean,
could he start for Williams?
That's a good question. I'm gonna say probably.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
So
I'll say
as a 16-year-old, he could.
Just for just sheer athleticism. You know, I've had the Williams debate a lot. Division III basketball. Davis also played in the same conference.
Okay, for which team?
Yes, I don't love the slander.
Okay.
Wesleyan.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Not as good
Got
as
it.
Williams.
It's
That's Bill Belichick, right?
That's right.
Yes.
It's a high level of skill. The athleticism is not quite there, but it's a high level of skill, and I stand by
You
that.
could just say white guys.
Yeah. What is that? Like they get in the triple threat
They're
position
really a lot of skill.
A lot of
it's one or the other.
sound, right basketball decision, high IQ, first to the floor, a lot of charges being taken.
Oh man,
know.
Guys getting the most out of their athletic ability.
Yes, exactly.
Do you still
fill it up?
Do you still practice the triple threat position?
Every now and then, yeah.
Just like do it real quick for me.
Yeah, I mean, it brings back a lot of good memories. That was my move at Williams. Now I do a lot of other things. But yeah, back then that was like triple threat. Triple pass
I actually
score.
wanted to talk about your season this year. So you went through a slump.
Yeah,
You were really bad.
that was pretty bad. Yeah.
Really bad.
That was
You were
pretty bad.
shooting 27% from 3 for like a stretch there.
Is that true?
Yeah, 18 for 66.
Wow, you got the numbers. You
I
crunched
do
them.
have the numbers.
You crunched them.
and
That's
and
good.
the thing is, you did it all. Like you did the like. All right, less is more. I'm gonna shoot less. I'm gonna go 1 for 5, and then you did the like. Oh, maybe more is more, and you went 5 for 15 in one game.
Yeah,
from 3.
I think it was actually 5 for 17.
I'm looking at it right now. It's 5 for 15, but I'll give you 5 for 17 if you want to take.
Was that against the
worse.
Celtics?
It was against the Timberwolves.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, you did go 5 for 17 against
Yeah.
Celtics. Oh, so your bad stretch was actually longer than I thought.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
had
So you like had 1 for 9, 0 for 6. In a real honest question, like what actually goes through your mind when you're not shooting well? Because that's got to drive you insane. You know
Yeah.
how to shoot. You're
100%.
a great shooter. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's a mix of emotions. You know, you go through like it's almost like a pecking order, right? Like the first is frustration, and you're like, "What the fuck? Like, why? What's going on?" Then it's just like confusion after it gets to a certain point because you're like, "Exactly that. Like, I know how to shoot." And then the most frustrating thing is you'll have a workout or a practice where you just can't miss, and then for whatever reason it just like doesn't come together in the game. But at the same time, like that's like, and I know this sounds like a cliche answer, but it's actually genuine. Like that's kind of what ultimately keeps you coming back too, is like, you know, if you have it figured out all the time, it's like you're living on easy street. Yeah, it's great. But like, you got to have the perspective of those moments where you go, whatever it was, 18 of 66. But I will say, like, because that was mixed in with a time where we had some injuries. We were like losing games because we had a great start, had some injuries, and then I had an opportunity to kind of like help keep us afloat, and I did not step into that moment, if you will. So like in that instance, it was like there were some dark times mixed in there as well.
Did you try? Is it similar to a hitting slump in baseball, where like were you talking to other people? Were you trying new things in practice?
I pulled out all the stops.
Really?
Yeah. I mean that because like I had never had a slump to that extent.
Oh wow.
I've had stretches of, you know, whatever, 3, 4, 5, even like maybe 7 or 8 games where it doesn't quite feel right or whatever. But like the confusing thing about this one was throughout the stretch, the ball actually felt really good coming out of my hands. It just wasn't going in, which like that's actually the more frustrating one, because it's like, all right, if it doesn't feel good, then you can like try to remedy it, right? You can like try to find solutions. But like for me, it was everything feels good. I'm doing everything the same. I'm keeping my routine tight. I'm doing all this, whatever, and it's still not going in. So like that's where it was like,
That would
all
drive
right.
me insane.
You spend a lot of time trying to diagnose like exactly what's wrong, as opposed to trying to fix it. So it's
Yeah,
like twice as long a fix.
Yeah,
So what was the problem?
I think it was a combination of things. You know, like shooting. I think shooting is super complex. Like it's not ever one thing, right? I think part of it was like the mental side of it. Like I started to press a little bit. You know, once I kind of heard about a slump and, you know, guys like you on Twitter and stuff.
I never said
I'm just
anything.
fucking. But like people on Twitter
I
or
don't
whatever.
watch the Heat, so
and
I
I just
would have
like
said something.
I got to a point where I just started like blocking all that stuff out, and like before I could actually block it out, I was like saying that I was blocking it out, but wasn't actually blocking it out. You know what I mean? It's
That's
like,
good to know.
It's like I'm gonna start blocking this out, and like I say that publicly, but meanwhile I'm like still kind of like tapped into it. So I got to a point where it was like really like, all right, I gotta find a way to block this totally out. Which is, you know, delete the apps, whatever, stay off the phone, all that sort of stuff, which is a challenge in its own right.
Right. And you have a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
The podcast went on a break.
Yeah.
Oh, it did?
Davis was unemployed for a little while.
It was that bad.
I mean, that wasn't like the reason. It was mostly just because it was like I have my priorities elsewhere, and I always on my podcast say like anybody who thinks that my shooting is related to how much I'm doing a podcast is a fucking.
But it does suck that they have that thing to point to and be like,
It's-
"Oh, look,
it's the
he does
worst.
a 45-minute podcast."
It's the worst.
on
It's like-
Thursdays or Fridays or maybe Wednesdays.
Like obviously I'm around my teammates or like the NBA, whatever. I know people in the NBA, and it's like I know what goes on, what people are doing off the court, and it's like if you think that me stepping aside for 45 minutes a week to do
talking.
a podcast,
Yeah, you're having a conversation essentially.
is like
But they can say you need to spend less time podcasting, more time in the gym.
Jim, yeah.
exactly, and that's the go-to.
Like this one that we're taping right now, for instance, like you have there's 90 minutes before you tip off against the Knicks. So like this is no problem.
Well, it's like 75 minutes now.
Yeah, so it's totally fine.
Yeah, but it's like the fact.
If you suck against the Knicks, was it tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night. It's gonna be. Oh man.
We only had 2 beers.
Yeah. Smoke a little weed, whatever.
But the fact that it's like public facing, you know what I mean? So it's like guys are doing whatever they're doing. I'm not here to call out names or whatever, but like, or even there's a huge thing now in the NBA community of like video games.
Right.
Guys spend hours and hours streaming their video games, and they'll be up at like 2 a.m. or whatever. It's like, dude, I'm chopping it up with my high school friend and like a guest for 45 minutes a week. And you think that's why the ball's not going
Well, do you
in?
think that maybe there was something to the fact that you focused so hard on your offensive rebounding game this year? Because I ran the numbers on that too. And in 2019, you had 10 offensive rebounds total for the entire season. 2020, you had 7 offensive rebounds total
wow.
for the entire season.
Trending in the wrong direction.
2021, to the All-Star break, you already have 20 offensive rebounds.
Following your shot.
So you're on pace to nearly quadruple last year's numbers and septuple 2019's numbers, but it's at the cost of your three-point shot.
I just said following a shot, and Duncan was like, "Yeah, thank you," and then he realized I was just saying he missed.
It's because he's missing one. So what changed? What did you focus on this offseason to really amp up those offensive rebounding numbers?
I watched a lot of Dennis Rodman film.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, how can I embody what this guy brings on a nightly basis? No, so actually that was kind of like a running joke on our podcast last year. Davis had the idea of like queuing up my 7 offensive rebounds and putting them in a highlight film.
Oh,
It's a pretty sick highlight.
that's
tape.
awesome.
Yeah.
With like some like suspenseful music. It's like one of those like high school mixtapes, like a John Wall mixtape soundtrack, but it's like me like getting an offensive rebound. And the funniest thing about my offensive rebounds last year were like they were exactly that. Like I would miss back rim and the ball would come right back to me like from 3. So it wasn't like I was like crashing. The biggest difference honestly is that we had like a little shift in philosophy from like a team standpoint of like there was more of an emphasis to offensive rebound as a team. So it's kind of a boring answer, but like that's really why.
Okay, so I have a question off that, but I wanted to go back to one thing real quick. So you said like obviously guys are you're podcasting, other guys are playing video games. Who's the best video game player that you've had as a teammate, either current or former?
Hassan,
Why are you laughing?
I see Hassan like post a lot of his clips and stuff.
Yeah. Anyone else?
What game?
What game was it?
Josh Richardson was really good at FIFA, and I take pride in playing FIFA.
But he didn't really stream, though.
Yeah.
Like, what about the streamers?
I want guys who go aggro on the stream.
Look, it goes back to Juwan, all right?
Oh,
These
there we go,
athletes-
Davis. That's a good teammate right there.
I got him.
That's a good fucking
He
step
tapped
in.
me in. It goes back to Juwan. Look, these athletes, we revel in the competitiveness.
That's true.
Sometimes our emotions get the best of us. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean it's okay.
Wait, so you're doing? So when you say it like that, you're counting yourself as an NBA player now?
I was gonna say, Dave, where is that?
That was an interesting use of "we."
So
I
actually,
think he was
it's funny.
speaking for me in that moment.
It's funny. We've had some guests that have passed questions to both of us. Like, you guys are athletes, you understand. And I always
Yeah,
says, I
fuck
never
yeah,
correct
dude.
them.
Fuck yeah, I
never
am.
correct them.
There's a spectrum of emotions. When the tempers get too high, you can finger point, you can smush. Sometimes when you get real high, just a racial slur comes out.
Yeah, right.
I wanna be very
It's just
clear.
about competitiveness.
We are not supporting that behavior.
No,
it's completely
I'm also.
unacceptable.
I want to clarify if you're watching this. I'm not laughing at that behavior either. It's
No,
more, it's more that
you're laughing at the fact that we're dancing around it.
100%.
People know. Our audience knows. Wait, so Spo though.
great transition.
Yes, great transition.
Great transition.
He is an unbelievable coach. I don't think he gets a ton of credit. Like he gets credit, but obviously his championships came with LeBron, so everyone's like, "Oh, it's a super team." What is it? If you could describe it, if it's something he does, something he sees that's different than everyone else that makes him so great?
It's a good question.
Great question.
There's a lot to unpack there. I'll say there's two things that really stick out. One is that he is, and this kind of ties in with the embodying Heat culture, he is an everyday type of guy. Like, he maximizes every opportunity every single day. If we have a 20-minute walkthrough before a practice, it's like, if we're on the floor and we're talking about something that's meaningful towards winning, like, we are locked in. And it's like, he's going to go down the line to make sure everybody is. The other side of that is, you know, since I've been in Miami, this is my 4th year, we've had very different team makeups. And we've had to win in different ways, and we've had to play in different ways. And we've also had different makeups in terms of the personalities. When I first got there, we were, like, younger. My second year, we were definitely younger. We had Jimmy and a bunch of young guys that were trying to prove themselves. You know, we were practicing all the time. We were, you know, playing with this chip, and we still play with that same chip, but the approach is much different because we have older, more proven guys, and he just trusts that as a team, like, we have accountability amongst each other where he's not going to, like, police and babysit, or even for that matter, like, we've practiced a lot less this year. And a lot of people would be like, oh, well, that's not Heat culture, blah, blah, blah. But, like, the idea is that just means we have more walkthroughs, more film sessions, and we're more locked in those settings because we have guys like Kyle Lowry, PJ Tucker, you know, Jimmy, who have a lot of miles, right? So it's like, you got to find ways to win in between the margins, and it's not always like, you know, we call them like pads up practices where we wear knee pads and all that stuff. That's a Pat Riley thing for sure. Like, we're not doing that as much as we once were when I was first starting out.
What about like a specific time where he drew up a play or he saw something before a game and gave you like a tip, like, hey, this is what, like, that was like, holy shit, that he like unlocked?
Yeah.
I mean, love those stories whenever
sure.
someone's like, oh yeah, he saw this, told me, and then I had the best game of my life.
So him and I have a really interesting relationship. I mean, he gave me a ton of confidence and like instilled a bunch of belief in me early on when, like, quite honestly, like, I was undrafted my first year. You know, I was very much in one of those like slumps for the entirety of the year. I couldn't make a shot. I think I shot 28% from 3 my first year. Yeah, you can pull the numbers on that if you're curious. And like, you know, the following year into training camp, like, he comes out publicly and is like, you know, Duncan's one of the best shooters on the planet. And like, he kind of got crushed for it in a way, and that everyone's like, this guy who hasn't done anything at the NBA level, like, what are you talking about? So he builds up confidence, but then at the same time, like, he'll lay into me and like light me up if I'm like not shooting or not being aggressive. So he's had a bunch of instances where like he just kind of knows the buttons to push, and you can see it actually if you watch. Like, if I pass up a shot that he thinks is a good shot, he'll like get like he'll have like physical antics like on the bench, and he'll be like, you know, mixed in with some curse words, like basically like, what are you doing?
I like that though, like the fact that your coach, he's the biggest hard ass on you when you're not shooting.
Yes.
That's got to be great for your confidence, actually, because it's like, this guy believes in me so much that I'm getting in trouble for not shooting.
Yeah, I mean, there was a great interaction in the bubble with Jaylen Brown. It was in the Eastern Conference Finals, and you know, the bubble is like an intimate setting, right? There's no fans or whatever, so like, you can basically hear everything. And I passed up a shot in the corner, and I was running back, and we were running along the sideline that the coaches are on, and Spo is like laying into me, like curse words, all sorts of stuff. And he's like, Jalen's like, yo, what is he yelling at you about? And I was like, he's mad that I didn't shoot that 3. And he's like, God, it's like, he was like, it's like that? I was like, yeah, man, I just basically shoot it every time I touch it. Like, and that's kind of
awesome.
Like, that was like the role, you know what I mean? And like, it took me a while to get to the point where like I felt comfortable doing that sort of stuff. Cause like I was undrafted. I played Division III basketball. Like, I'm 4 years removed from playing in front of 1,200 people in fucking Western Massachusetts, you know? So it was like, it took me a while to get to the point where this guy, this Hall of Fame coach wants me to shoot it every time I touch it.
Yeah. What's more awkward, when he yells at you or when Jimmy Butler just calls you dumb publicly? Because I got the quote right here. He says, I've played with some pretty smart players before. Duncan's like the dumbest one out of all of them. I've been around some Hall of Famers.
Wait, no, that means he's smart, though.
I was actually, so I...
Wait. Okay. There's more. I've been around some Hall of Famers, really great players. It helps when you got guys that are extremely smart and know the game, except for Duncan. He dumb.
Oh, okay, so no. Because I thought for a second there it sounded like you were saying of all the smart players, he's the dumbest.
Yeah.
So that doesn't count the dumb players. It sounds like you're just dumb.
Well, Spinzone, he's calling you a really great player, I think, but you're just dumb.
But I'm dumb. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take what I can get. Honestly, that one was that was actually funny enough. That was like in the time of that slump you were alluding to, where I was just entirely off social media. So Davis actually told me, like, broke that news to me. Is like, do you see what Jimmy said? And this was like 2 days later. I was like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about, because I was just off my phone. He's like, yeah, he called you dumb at a press conference, and then I like had to look it up for some context. But it's just Jimmy being Jimmy. You know?
Jimmy being Jimmy.
Yeah, would that be a good thing for your jump shot, though? Like, if you're dumb, you can't overthink it. It's probably harder to get into a slump, I would imagine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a classic overthinker, like in every sense of the phrase. So like, it's not really working for me. But yeah, you would think that if I, had less thoughts, that I would just let it fly.
I've always said that, like, the dumbest kicker that you could ever find would be great for a football team, because you never get in your own head about it.
He just doesn't even understand the moment. You know, it's
Yeah.
just like doesn't even like register.
How many times has Jimmy changed his phone number since you've been on the Heat?
I think just twice.
I think it's more than that.
Yeah, I think just twice.
I think he changes a lot.
He after the bubble, I think he changed it now to like a Hawaii number or something. It was like very obscure. But yeah, I think just twice.
I remember talking to someone who was on the Bulls with Jimmy, and he was like, yeah, he changes his number like every few months.
Yeah. Honestly, I probably just have like maybe one or two renditions of his number. He probably has, a whole assortment of phones. And
Along those same lines, and we're gonna wrap up this portion, and we'll do the rest on your guys' podcast in a second. But like, in terms of a NBA locker room, I think there's a lot of times where we as fans are like, oh, all these guys are friends. They hang out all the time because they're around each other all the time. Is there, like, how close would you say you are to your teammates? And is there like a hanging out after practice, hanging out, like goofing around, or is it a lot more of a business situation?
Yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, college basketball is very much, you're going to class, you're living in the dorms, you're, study hall or whatever, practice, lifts, all that stuff. Like, you're doing everything together, eating all your meals. The NBA is different in that there is kind of like a 9 to 5 approach in a way, right? Like, guys are showing up to work. After I finish my work, I'm going home. I want to be with my family. I want to be with my friends. Or like, even younger guys, if they don't have families, like, they kind of got their crew that
They got podcast co-hosts.
Yeah, I got podcast.
Right.
Davis spends a lot of time in Miami, that sort of stuff. So it is different. I will say, like, this year, this is probably the closest Heat team. It might rival the bubble team. Those two that I've been on, in terms of like, we all, if we're in a city, we try to go to get dinner. And also at the same time, it's like, naturally, it's kind of in groups. Like, older guys kind of tend to do their own things. And that's not to say that we all don't like hang out occasionally together, but just naturally, like, younger guys. I mean, I'm 27. I guess I'm not that young anymore. I did like 10.
Still young.
Yeah, I did 5 years of college. Took my time.
Not dumb.
You talk about like it's prison.
Yeah, I did 5 years of high school too.
Hard time.
You are dumb.
I call it the 10-year. I call it the 10-year plan. I just really took my time.
Yeah, I think that's what Jimmy was getting at. It's
Yeah,
like, okay,
maybe.
This guy went
took
to
a
high
victory
school,
lap
college
twice.
forever.
But you could also look at that as I've had a lot of education. I've sat in a lot of
Did
classrooms.
it stick though?
That remains to be seen, I guess.
I think what, like, as a fan, I think it bums me out because I watch a team and I'm like, every fan has done this, like, oh, how fun would it be to be on that team? And it's like, I'm thinking in my head, like, oh, we'd just fucking kick it after, like, it'd be so sick. But it's not like that.
It's not necessarily like that, but you naturally do spend a lot of time with each other because of the travel schedule, on planes, buses, practices, before, after, in hotels. Like, there is just by like default a lot of that. Like, when we're all like, we've been on the road a bunch this year. Our road schedule has been like super front loaded. Like, in March, we're in Miami basically the entire time. So yeah, and like instances like that, guys are taking advantage of being back and going to spend time with their family and stuff. And also, like, it's also Miami, so like, there's a lot to do. Like, people are.
Would you consider yourself to be like are you a medium-sized baller or are you a big baller in Miami?
Ooh. I'm probably like just passing the threshold into medium-sized baller.
If you walk down South Beach
from
little baller.
from
yeah,
little
yeah. So
baller.
you're on the way up. Your
Yeah.
your baller status has increased with the new contract.
Honestly, actually, in that I'm probably still a pretty.
Can
small
you
baller.
drop your name if you're making a reservation?
I mean,
Yes.
I personally cringe when I do that. So like, I have a friend of mine who I just call and like, you know,
That
my
sucks for you
client.
though, because
No,
like,
that's much more low
Like,
key.
what am I-
You've got a guy that you have call.
right.
do
yeah.
the thing.
And I will say he's basically batting 100. I
Okay.
mean,
We should start dropping Duncan Robinson's name in Miami. Like,
But
would they know if
but
he
here's-
didn't show up? We'd be like, no, one of us.
Well,
is
it
Duncan
depends on if
Robinson.
he's in a slump or not.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
true. Here's the thing with my guy though is like he.
You can just say Davis. Davis is the one that calls.
It's actually not David. It's not necessarily my name that gets it done. It's just that he is as persistent as you could like
He's on
possibly
the heat.
imagine.
Yeah, because that would be all. You can't say that. You can't
Yeah.
call. Like, I think if once you get to big baller and you just say what's the name and you say Duncan Robinson, they're
Yeah, they
like,
already
oh,
know.
sir, okay, good.
Right.
You do need someone to be like, yo, he plays for the Heat. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll come in a jersey, like to prove it.
Well, you could also be like, what I've learned some tactics is you can be like ambiguous a little bit and be like, my client plays for the Heat, and then maybe they're like, oh, well, maybe it's Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to deny Jimmy Butler a table. Like,
He's not,
you know what I mean?
He's not
So-
Bam.
yeah. Whereas if they were just like come out and say like, oh, it's Duncan Robinson, maybe they'll be like, I have no idea who that is, which
Yeah.
is like probably in all likelihood.
No,
what it would
I
be.
think. Well, it's Miami's. Like, if you played in a different city, Miami's just very famous and very.
Yeah. You got DJ
like,
Khaled running around down there.
Right.
Dave's running
Right.
around. That, like, you think my name's moving weight? It's just not.
Who would you say runs Miami now? Who's the biggest celebrity down there? It's got to be Pitbull always, right? Until he
He's
dies.
Mr. Worldwide.
Danny
yeah.
Bourcain?
Mr. 305. Yeah, he's in the mix as well.
He's definitely in the mix. Getting that train to the stadium.
I think Pitbull is. I mean, a combination of Pitbull and DJ Khaled, I would say, and honestly, Dave Grutman too.
Yeah,
He's in the mix.
and that's
He
Dave
is-
Portnoy's friend. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, he's
I know
definitely
that,
in the mix.
So.
All right, so let's do here. I'm going to give everyone a teaser, so I'm going to make this extra special. Oh, okay. Last question, Roback question. Use code TAKE on roback.com for 20% off your first purchase. They make the best performance Q-zips and hoodies. It's all that we wear, and for our guests today, we'd like to give you a Roback performance hoodie on us, so you get that. Go to rhoback.com. Use code TAKE for 20% off your first purchase. All right, so my last question. We're going to end this interview here, and we're going to do the second part on the long shot with Duncan Robinson and Davis Reed. My last question is, Davis, how much part of my take have you listened to?
A decent amount.
Do you know about the roast we did of not you personally, but your name?
No.
Okay, so we're going to do that
Oh boy.
in a second on your show.
Okay, I can't wait.
All right. I mean, do you want to reset or we just keep going?
No, just keep
All right,
going.
keep going. All right, so let's do it. So
Duncan Robinson was brought to you by the Barstool Store. We've got some nice stuff coming out. Hank actually just showed me, I don't know if he was even supposed to be showing me this because he's under NDA now that he's corporate, but he showed me some nice pictures of new merch that we've got coming out. Am I wrong, Hank? There were great pictures.
Yeah, no, you're completely accurate.
It was
as always.
great merchandise. I guess tie-dye's coming back in a little bit. We've also got some St. Patty's Day shirts that you can check out there. St. Patrick's Day, part of my take shirts, all sorts of stuff. Mr. Ice sweatshirt like Hank is wearing right now. We've got some cool part of my take hats. Just check it out. We've got brand new merch in there. Sign up on the wait list for the car stick. Soup season is still in full effect. I had 2 cups today. Big Cat had a cup of soup. Hank had a cup of soup at lunch. We've got soup season merch up there ready to go. Check it out at the Barstool Store, barstoolsports.com. Go to the store. And now, here's Aidan Hutchinson.
And now for something completely different.
okay, we now welcome on very special guest, potentially first pick in the NFL draft. It is Aidan Hutchinson from the University of Michigan. He's here with Auto Trader. See the sweatshirt, love it. Super Bowl week, you're doing the whole thing. You're doing the car wash.
Yeah.
So we'll try to hopefully ask you some questions that maybe you haven't been asked.
Yeah.
But maybe one that you have been asked. Which state would you rather live in, Florida or Michigan?
Right. So with Florida, you got the no income tax. You got, it's blistering hot during fall camp. But then Michigan, you kind of got the reverse. You got income tax, but that camp will be smooth. And there's a lot of benefits to both.
That's tough.
I mean, that's what's good is I got family in Michigan too. So it's like.
But do you want to have the pressure where you got to get tickets every game for them?
I mean, the tickets, I don't know. I can't imagine how many tickets I'm going to need.
Yeah.
Especially because I got.
Although it is the Lions, so.
I know. Well, hopefully, if I go there, we start winning.
Yeah.
That's the plan. That'd be ideal right there.
Yeah.
A lot of people, me, are saying that you should do the old Eli Manning and just demand if you get selected before the Lions that you want to go to Detroit and create them and be the guy that turns Detroit to a win. You and Dan Campbell.
That's right.
Hand in hand. I bet you'd like playing for Dan Campbell. Actually.
Yeah, I've seen some interviews of him tearing up, and he sounds like he's super passionate about the boys over there. It sounds like, from what I hear from my agent and stuff like that, the boys are all bought in.
Yeah.
Huh? I mean, they're in it.
They
love Campbell.
They fought for him.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a guy, we love Jim Harbaugh. We've had him on the show a bunch of times. What's your best Harbaugh story, or like the most quintessential? I feel like Harbaugh probably, especially this season, he just like grabbed you a bunch and you're doing this for me.
We had a few moments in games where we were just grabbing each other and screaming face to face, and like there's some clips where I was just going, ah, and it's just unbelievable. And I mean, like the Harbaugh that we get is like pre-practice. I go out there in our weight room, just warming up, and he's out there like no shirt, khakis on, just ripping squats, and that's like. He doesn't give a shit like what you say or what you think. Like he does his own thing, and like that's what I love about him is like he has no shame in like doing that, just ripping squats and khakis and just doing his thing. And like that's Harbaugh. And hey, if you're not with him, you better get out of the way.
Yeah.
Does he text you?
A little bit. He's not a big phone guy.
Right.
He's more of an in-person kind of dude.
He uses Excel for everything. That's what we found out about him. Like
really?
when he's writing up, he doesn't use a Word document, doesn't use Google Docs. He types everything into an Excel spreadsheet.
See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, into Excel and then copies and pastes it.
That sounds like a Harbaugh thing, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've heard one of his favorite moves is the first time that he sees a younger player, like with a tennis skull or something like that, he'll go up to him and be like, "Hey, you know what the 5-finger horseshoe is? Did you ever do that to you?"
No.
And he'll just straight up put 5 fingers into the guy's 10, take out their entire packet of tobacco and put it in his lip, and just walk away.
I mean, that sounds like Coach Harbaugh right there. He does a lot of like stuff that you kind of sit there, you're like, oh, well, okay. I mean, that's different, but hey, that's Coach Harbaugh.
Yeah.
He's
And
intense.
I would imagine, I mean, we were very happy for him when you guys beat Ohio State. How long was that glow? Because you had the Big Ten championship game right after, but how long was that glow? Because I feel like I watched all I don't like Michigan. I'm a Badger, but I love
Fortunately,
Harbaugh.
we took out your Badgers this year. But
Yeah, I mean, we beat you like 500 times in a row and beat the shit out of you.
I'm just glad I could go out on a win again.
Yeah, all right, okay, but
I just beating their ass at the Badgers.
Yeah, but I could look up
We
like
count
how many
2020.
But what about 2019 when we just ran the ball down your throat like 100 times in a row?
Yeah, and
that's gotta suck. Yeah.
2021.
Okay, whatever. All right. So let's.
So you
agree
were
to disagree.
saying-
I was saying. I root for Harbaugh. I want him to do well. So I watched like all the highlight videos from like the locker room and the smile. Did he have that smile for like days after? Because it was such a big moment for him. I know it was for the team, but like so many doubters. Who would have been like 0-6 or 0-7?
Yeah.
So that was everything for him.
No, he was on a high. I think it was. I saw it a little bit after the Ohio State game, but it was mostly after we got the job done in Indy, where it's like you can finally take a breath and you get a little break. And like, I mean, we'd walk in some team meetings sometimes, and he'd just be like, "And we're Big Ten champs, baby," and the whole room would just go crazy and stuff like that. But like, so he was feeling himself for sure. But like, that's a Harbaugh I haven't seen.
Yeah.
And so being able to see that side of him, where it's like finally we get some freaking glory and we can like just have some fun and victory. It was like, I'm glad I got to see that like for my last year with him.
Yeah.
Do you actually hate Ohio State?
Yeah. No, it's real. I grew up in Michigan too. You got to know. I grew up literally watching Michigan lose to Ohio State every single year. So it's like it was deep.
And your dad was a captain, right, of Michigan football?
My dad was a captain back in the 90s, and he never lost to Ohio State. He was 4-0-1. He tied them once, but and he won 5 Big Ten championships, 2 in a row. And I mean, I'm just glad I could finally beat OSU and get a ring of my own. You know.
Do you think you could beat up your dad?
Now?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What age was that? I imagine.
So we would always arm wrestle a little bit. I think when I turned 18, we finally we we were arm wrestling, and he screwed up his elbow, and I think that was the point where I was like, I think I can finally get your ass a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Man of the house.
Yeah.
That's got to be a tough pill to swallow if you're your dad. Like, you're, like you said, Michigan captain, a legend. Right. You like to think that you're always going to be able to dominate your son.
Oh, 100%.
It happens to all of us, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, but you still got that dad strength, though.
Yeah.
You can't sleep on the dad strength.
No, dad strength for real.
So I don't know his true potential in terms of dad strength because, he just keeps it.
Right. If you were in danger, he would be able to.
He would turn
dad
mode and,
It's kind of a catch-22 situation because, if you were in danger, he could activate the dad strength, but then he couldn't use that dad strength to hurt you.
That's right.
So you always kind of have one up on him.
If you punch yourself.
Yeah, and he'll stop you by knocking you out.
Yeah, he'll be like, hey, dude, stop hitting my son.
That's right.
Do you think, Big Cat is a dad. Do you think that you could escape this room right now? Like if all of us, it's me, Bubba, Hank, Billy, Big Cat.
Yeah, all of us.
That's a lot of bodies.
If we told you can't fucking leave.
Yeah.
You think you could take it?
Sponsored by Auto Trader.
Yeah, the drive
by Auto Trader. With Auto Trader right here, I might be able to.
Yeah, I think you'd probably take us. I'm pretty confident. I'd just lay down.
I don't know.
I don't know if you guys devise a plan with the legs, arms.
That would be us coordinating it. Probably wouldn't work. Like that's
right.
Like if we could actually have a plan together.
Now one by one, maybe
Billy would go war mode and our plan would be gone.
Yeah. He would do the old the Leroy Jenkins thing.
Yeah, that's right.
I got this, boys.
I'd be like, okay, I'm going to grab a sweatshirt and pull the hockey sweater over him. Hank, you take one leg. Bubba, you take the other. Big Cat, you bear hug him. And then Billy just like runs directly at you and gets killed.
All right, so I'm very curious about this. So this season was incredible for you. Yeah. Going into this season, what were the conversations about where you would potentially be in the draft?
So my junior year, it was the third game I broke my ankle, and we only played 6 games that year. So
right.
I kind of had a decision to make, and they had projected me 30 to 75. So that's late first, anywhere to the early third. And that was kind of what I was looking at, and I know my potential, and I knew it. So I knew I could be a top guy, but like just kind of how my cards fell my junior year, I wasn't able to show it. So my senior year, I get a new coordinator, and he kind of opens my role up. He gives me a ton of freedom to just go out and do my thing. And I knew preseason, I was like, I just feel like I'm about to just explode once I get on that field, just because he's letting me do really not whatever I want, but if I go and make a mistake, like it's not the end of the world. He knows what kind of player I am, and I'm going to make up for it, and all that stuff. So
was there a moment where was there a specific moment you can remember where you read a mock draft, or you saw something where it's like, oh, now they're talking about me top 10?
Right. Yeah. It was. I think it was after the Washington game. They had a good tackle, and I had like 2.5 sack game, and it was kind of my first game that was like it was a question, like how is Aidan going to do against Washington, their tackles, and I went and had a game, and I think that was when I first started seeing like the first round like top 10 stuff, and then start seeing them going to the Lions. I'm like, oh, this is crazy.
Okay, so. Now, this is a very human moment, and I'm sure it happened to you, and you shouldn't feel ashamed about it. Did you then go look up, like, what the difference between, like, the 30th pick and the 5th pick makes money?
Money. Oh, I've already known about that.
Yeah, like, that's got to be cool. To be
it's insane.
They're putting me at 5 now, and that's, all right, so looking at the numbers. Okay.
It's insane, like, dudes, like, when they say a first-round pick, like, that's a difference of, like, from first to 30 or 32, it's like $30 million.
Yeah.
In sign, there's probably like $20 million in signing bonus. So it's like, it's a big disparity. And, just to be in this conversation of being on top is really cool.
Yeah. Who do you model yourself after? If you're looking at somebody that's playing football right now or has played within the last 5 years, is there a pro that you're like, I want to be like that guy?
Yeah. No, I watch a lot of NFL film, and I kind of like taking bits and pieces. I watch a lot of TJ. I mean, TJ's an absolute baller. And I watch the Bosas. Those 3 are really are guys who I watch, and I try to take little things to add in my game and make it my own style.
Other high motor guys.
Yeah,
gritty guys.
grit.
Yeah, no, it sounds like you like.
I mean, I
saw you on Chris Long's show too.
Yeah, no, Chris Long. Yeah, he's a great.
And you guys were getting like a little bit nerdy with it, with the the real in-depth discussion about technique and
That's
stuff.
right. Yeah, we were getting a little football.
Yeah, so I heard on that you when you were playing for your old coordinator, who we love, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, guys being dudes, like he's the guy that
yeah.
you're either a guy or a dude, right?
Yeah.
When did you become a dude?
I think when I was he officially said it to me. I think more transitioning to when I was a junior.
This is Don Brown, the
Don
former.
Beasy.
Yeah.
Don Beasy. And I think he said it to me, and that's like the ultimate it's the ultimate like sign of like you made it.
You've been knighted
Like,
at that
you're
point.
good. Like, you're knighted to a dude. And, no, he was hilarious in those meetings though, and he was an old man who freaking got after it and got after us. And stuff like that. But,
Solve all your problems with aggression.
that's right.
That was my favorite
Don
clip.
Beasy.
Ever.
Yeah.
No, he's a funny dude.
We want to help you. So do you want to address the quote unquote weaknesses in your game that are going to be talked about?
So I think
I have them in front of me if you want me to go with them.
you don't have to go through them.
Well, how's your hip flexibility?
I got great hip.
That's not what I heard.
Don't listen to them. Who are you talking to?
I'm reading right now. It says Hutchinson has displayed limited hip flexibility.
I'm gonna ask.
Yeah.
So we need to like, how would you say your
Shea.
flexibility feels?
Look, man, I feel extremely flexible in my hips.
Okay.
And despite whoever that is, whatever they say, I mean, if they see it, I guess they got their right to their own opinion. So,
the other one that I like, I don't even really understand. They said that you're gonna need to adjust to the snap counts in the NFL because they're not as simple. Do you have snap count problems?
I was jumping the snap count a lot in college.
Right. You can't do that in the pros.
You can't.
Aaron Rodgers likes to cheat.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do you freelance too much?
Ooh.
Is that a weakness?
No, I just
no,
made that
you're
up right
asking.
now. It's just something that you.
No, I really don't freelance
We're
that
helping.
much.
What's
See,
crazy-
I'll counter or I'll take a B gap like probably twice a game, if not. So I'm not a big freelancer, but I just knowing in my head that I got a little freedom is keeps me at ease.
Because you're gonna get asked these questions at the combine.
100%.
Yeah.
What are some other?
Are you a cat or a dog?
Yes. Yeah. Cat or dog.
Oh no.
This is the
This is
easiest
bad.
question.
But
This is
like,
already a failure.
I'm just saying though, if I say I'm a dog, I mean it's
It's an easy question.
it's too easy.
This is like the baseline
I'm
question.
trying to be more complex about
Oh,
it.
maybe you go with like I'm actually a lion.
Maybe
That's a cat.
If it's with
Yeah.
Dan Campbell, you
Yeah.
say it's a lion.
Yeah, right. And
yeah.
they're like, wait,
I'm not
or
a
are you a
lion.
jaguar?
they're both. Well, that's
Well,
a cat.
cats. Yeah, I know.
That's
What
cats. Well, there are no
what are we
dogs.
thinking?
There are no dogs in the
Right.
NFL.
Are you a
See,
cat or a
now,
dog?
now you guys got me.
Uh-huh.
Now, I don't know.
What
Yeah.
would you say is like a lion versus a jaguar? Who wins in a fight?
I feel like a lion, right? King of the jungle.
Yeah, they're way bigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
you can't-
What's your
it's King of the
favorite
jungle?
What's your favorite movie that has a character named Simba?
I mean,
Lion King is what you're saying. Yeah,
I mean, Lion King, but
you really love lions, huh?
So you think a jaguar? No, wait. A lion beats a jaguar, but what if like a giant walked in?
I mean, what kind of? How big is this giant?
He's big. He's blue. He's big. He's a big giant.
He's a big blue giant.
Yeah.
I feel like the giant will win.
Oh, interesting.
Right?
But then last second.
But how
let me
giant
finish,
is the
A
giant?
jet comes and crashes into the giant. Who survives that crash?
Well, I'm assuming the giant is not from this planet,
Right.
so I would assume that he would survive a plane crash.
Okay. So the giants.
The giant also pays a lot of money in taxes, though.
Yeah, I would assume so. A
Ton of money.
Yes. A lot.
Way too much money.
But
The giant actually has to move to Florida for 7 months out of the year so he doesn't get taxed like he lives in.
Oh, actually, at if you're when you go to the combine,
Yeah.
if you do, because what do the Giants have, the third pick or fourth pick? Maybe
They've got two.
no, they have the fifth.
They have the
The
fifth.
Jets have the fourth.
Okay, who's got the third? Texans? No.
Texans.
Yeah, Texans. All right. So if you do get to talk to Brian Dable, we've had him on.
Yeah.
He loves D's nuts jokes. You
Really?
should try to hit him with one. Yeah.
Really?
Because he
respect you.
absolutely wouldn't expect it in that setting.
Did you go out on a limb and you hit him with one?
We
and-
tried to. Josh Allen told us to try to do it.
Oh, that's
all
why.
he does is talk about him. But if you did that in the combine setting, like I think his guard would be down. You could get him.
How about this?
That would be a power move. Though.
Here's what you do.
That'd be a power
Here's
move.
what you do. You go and you say, "Hey, I'm Aidan." He goes, "Aidan," and you go, "Yeah." Aidan nuts look pretty big, huh?
That's right. That'd be a power move.
Oh man,
Yeah, he would love you forever.
he would, and I could tell you, like,
Would they trade up? Maybe.
Yeah,
I think you could legitimately make yourself like $3 billion if you hit Brian Dable with a well executed D's nuts.
he would think of it every day, like when he looks at the draft board, he's like, "But God, can Hutchinson
This guy
got
gets
me
it.
good,
This
yeah,
guy gets it. This guy gets it.
he just gets it."
I'm gonna start formulating some stuff in my head.
I'm telling you, it would be incredible if you did it, if you pulled that off. All right, so I had one last question.
Yeah.
What was the walking away from the semifinal game? It obviously didn't go your guys' way.
Right.
Michigan had a great season, but what was Georgia really that good? Because I'm just curious from an opponent's standpoint. They win the national title.
Yeah.
You talk about how unbelievable they were.
Yeah.
Could you feel it?
I think schematically they were better than us. I think they got us into some situations that not that we didn't expect, but that we got to be better and execute our own game plan. But in terms of it just felt like another football team. Everyone wants to say SEC versus Big Ten, but it was a good old line. I mean, they're big dudes, but every old line, it's like Wisconsin's old line got some big ass dudes, and it's like it doesn't really matter. I don't know. I mean, they were good. It's just like. I felt that they took me out of that game. Props to them because I think they schematically made the game and took me out of it, and they got us and it hurt. But
what about your O-line? Did they regret doing that walk-in? Because that was tough.
I know.
That was tough.
Run the damn ball.
Yeah, gotta block a little bit better.
But see the thing with Georgia's defense is they were built to stop gap scheme run plays, and that's a lot of our offense had those gap scheme counters, power, stuff like that. And I mean, with the big dogs in the middle, I mean that's their defense was so talented, and I mean, how do you beat them? I mean, Bama showed you got to spread them out, you got to fast tempo, get those guys tired, and so I think they matched up very well against us.
Yeah, the crazy thing about Georgia is even their big guys are super fast.
Right.
So you can spread them out a little bit.
Yeah.
And you can make them tired, but it's going to take a while.
100%.
For them to get worn out. It was tough because you ran into in my opinion, one of the best defenses in the history of college football.
100%. Yeah.
But not to take away from the season you guys had because it was amazing.
Yeah.
And I just want to ask you real quick about going into that week against Ohio State. What was the tone like? How intense was it around practice? Was it one of those atmospheres where everyone's a little bit on edge?
Right.
Or were you guys enthusiastic, happy, carefree? What was that like?
Coach Harbaugh renamed our 9-on-7 drill to beat Ohio drill during spring ball because he felt like we needed to put more of an emphasis on it. So when we were hitting the beat Ohio drill on Ohio State week, that's when it got pretty real. And that's when we knew. We've been preparing for those guys since January. So there wasn't too much of a difference because we were all no one was satisfied with any win because we all just wanted to beat the freaking Bucks. That was the last thing we all wanted to do.
See, that's interesting.
We did it.
I think it's kind of something that I had thought at times. I know other people had, but it's your team was built to win one football game.
Right.
That's against Ohio State, and it's built under the assumption that if we're able to beat Ohio State, then the rest we can take 100%. Care of that.
That was the mindset because Ohio State was always the top dog, and if we exactly literally word for word, if we're built to beat Ohio State, who's going to be able to beat us? But obviously Georgia, great football team.
I'd imagine Ricks was pretty sick that night. Huh?
Skeeps was pretty crazy.
Skeeps?
It was crazy.
Ricks, I like Ricks because I've been to Ricks a couple times, and it's there's always at least 2 inches of water.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
a classic college bar.
I know. It was Ann Arbor was freaking crazy that night.
Yeah.
And it was great though. Yeah. It was real cool.
All right. Well, good luck. You probably owe us a little money off your signing bonus. We can talk about that later.
Talk about it.
Yeah, good luck. Well, if you get drafted by the Giants, you definitely own us.
For sure. If you hit, it's going to work if you do it.
I'm saying it at the combine. I'm doing it.
Yep. He will. It will absolutely land. when we did it to him, he was like so happy that we were even bringing it up. So
Okay. All right.
yeah.
All right.
But yeah, best of luck at the combine, draft, all that stuff. Always welcome back on.
Yeah.
So appreciate it, man.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Okay, let's wrap up the show. We're going to do a little Guys on College. We're back in Madison.
Higher education.
Higher education, that's right. That's what we call it.
Guys on College-y.
We'll also have a great show on Friday. We got to have one of our favorite recurring guests. We're going to be in Indy for the Combine. So get ready for that. Higher education.
What's up, fellas?
Sup, Phil? Sup?
I'm currently a sophomore in college, which means my whole first year was remote due to COVID, and something I've figured out is remote basically means you don't have to do anything.
Yep,
true.
Well, problem is now that I actually have in-person classes, I just don't go because I'm too used to smoking weed and playing video games. So I was just wondering if I can graduate without going to class for the rest of my college career. Thanks, boys. I'll hang up and listen.
Yeah, you sure can. It's called being an English major. It's pretty simple, actually.
The tip, I assume he's at a bigger college because you can't pull it off at like a smaller liberal arts school. But the tip I always give is I would either read the book or go to class. One or the other. You pick one or the other and you'll be fine. I would either go, like if I didn't want to read the book, I'd go to every single class. If I didn't feel like going to class, I'd read every single book on the list. Because they basically give you all the answers in college. You just got to either read the book or go to class.
Yeah, I would say that the point of college, unless you're studying to become a doctor, that's pretty much it. Just only if you're going to be a doctor and actually work on people's bodies. The point of going to college is to have a good time and to walk out of there in 4 years with a piece of paper saying that you graduated. That's it. Whatever way you can take to get there, go for it.
I'm going to take a wild guess. Say this guy's not going to be a doctor.
Probably not, yeah.
No offense, bro.
But I'm saying, like, you can college.
You're a fucking idiot.
The point for me, at least, going to college was just to have a good time.
Yeah.
And then once I would graduate, then I would get a job, and maybe that piece of paper would help me get a better job.
Yeah. But seriously, just read the book. Every professor, you got to remember, every professor you ever had has been doing the same thing because they're lazy. So they've been doing the same lesson plan for like probably 20 years if they have tenure and everything. So they don't change anything. And they basically make it so that if you read the book, you'll have all the answers. Or if you listen to them drone on in class, you'll have all the answers.
I'm also a big fan of just the grind set in general, the grind set mentality, which is like just sometimes you learn more by cheating and learning how to pass that way than you would actually learn from reading the book itself.
Well, if you cheat, you can just tell yourself, I'm not really book smarts, I'm street smarts.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to be in the mafia.
That's a good way to put it, yeah. And then
Hank's
me.
dapping himself up.
Then, like, on your LinkedIn profile, you can be like, education, School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah, exactly.
I was wondering if any of y'all had any funny experiences taking an exam, going to class, drunk or high. I asked because last Friday I started drinking on the early side, completely forgetting I had an online test to take by midnight. I remembered the test a few hours later and then went back home to take the test while fucked up, and I'm pretty sure I bombed it. Have you guys ever had a similar situation, and how did it end up?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of which one to tell because there are two. One time I went to school, went to class when I was accidentally way too drunk. I drank a lot of beer, and it was an hour and
from the morning after or
no,
during the day.
I accidentally got day drunk, and
that can happen.
It can happen. It was.
We were walking up State Street in Madison today, and I turned to Hank. I was like, "This is the type of day because it's like 45 degrees in Madison right now." I was like, "This is the type of day I would just at noon I'd just start getting fucking blacked out."
Yeah,
on a Tuesday.
It's a perfect day drinking
yes.
day. I may have had a spotted cow also at like 10:30 this morning.
Hell
Just
yes.
one. When in Rome. But I had a little bit too much to drink before class. It was a Spanish class, and I forgot how to speak Spanish because I was so drunk. And
I thought you were like Peter Griffin when he played the piano.
It was a disaster. It was like an abject disaster. And then after the class was over, I'm sure he knew that I was drunk. I got up to leave, and I've never had to pee so bad in my entire life that I couldn't actually walk.
Yeah.
I was like leaning against the lockers, walking down the hallway because I couldn't do a full walk because if my bladder stretched out that far, I was just going to piss myself. No joke. I was like falling down from having to pee, not because I was drunk.
There's nothing worse than the pee that you have after you've broken the seal and you keep drinking because you like once you break the seal, you have to pee every like 30 minutes, and if you stop, it does feel like you're going to die.
It starts expanding so much, and then there was the person I was paired up with for a group project in that class. After we walked out, I was like, "Do you think the professor knew I was drunk?" And she was like, "Yeah, definitely. Everybody knew that you were drunk." I
was never drunk or high for a test. I had more class than that. No, My other trick was I would just make sure that I think after my freshman year I never had a class on Fridays.
That's smart.
I made sure to it would be like, oh, this class is interesting. Oh, it's on Fridays. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you shape America's future.
Mm-hmm. They really shouldn't have classes on Fridays.
Yeah, it was. I remember vividly passing on a few classes that looked very interesting, but I was like, up Friday at noon. That's a no go. That's a no fly zone.
I tried one semester to get every single class on Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
I had nothing but classes back to back, and then I realized after trying it on the first Tuesday of school that I actually physically couldn't get around campus fast enough to get into every building necessary for those classes. But the only reason was, like, can you imagine just having a 4-day weekend every weekend?
It's incredible.
I had to redo everything and kind of change my mindset after that.
Hello, Big Cat, PFT, Hank, Jake, Bubba, and William. I'm going on my first spring break trip next week and wanted to know if you guys had any advice to make it a good time.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go to like an arts and crafts store or a party supply store and get every single color wristband that you can possibly get. That way you can get into any hotel, any resort that you're going to. I don't know if you're going to like a beach area where it's all inclusive or if it's like a spring break destination, but they will keep people out if you don't have the right color wristband to get in, showing that you're actually living there for the week. Also the clubs, they have different color wristbands. Just stock up on wristbands. And if you put like 6 or 7 of them on your wrist to start the week, if you just walk into a place confidently with a bunch of wristbands, the bouncer's not going to like file through your wristbands to see if they can find the right exact one.
That's true. I was going to say just go with it. Like, don't say no means no still, but say yes to everything. That's what I would say. Say yes to everything. Like, because there will be time, like, hey, should we go do this? Should we go drink? Should we go do, like, should we take a road trip? Like, yes to everything. But no means no.
All right, a couple more. What was each of your majors, and did you ever switch? For me, I was a finance major and once did so bad on a test that the teacher, also my advisor, didn't hand back my test results, but instead gave me the change major form to marketing with all the signatures needed already except my own. Go bonus.
That's pretty nice.
I was history and poli-sci, and my history...
switched or you were both?
No, I double. No big deal. But no, well, because my history, I found a loophole that, like, in every big school has this. I did a honors history whole thing where I had, like, to write a thesis and everything, but I found a professor who was, like, my mentor, and he was pretty much dead. He was so old. I don't think he read a word of what I wrote. He never made me come to do anything. Like, it was incredible. He just was like, you're a nice kid. Just A. Find the oldest professor on campus and have him be your mentor. That's a little life hack for you.
Yeah.
Because he's probably going to die very soon. He doesn't care about reading.
And they always like it when the young kids still
No,
look
I'm
up to him.
serious. The guy was so old. He was like 90 years old. I'm pretty sure it was like illegal for him to still be a professor.
I like to imagine that there's an alternate universe in which Big Cat does a political podcast with like the Johns, the Pod Save America Johns and Dan.
Well, what I said was it
would be the Dans and the Johns.
The Dans and the Johns. History poli-sci is essentially the majors of. I was thinking about maybe going to law school at some point.
Yeah,
and then was like, I'm too dumb for that.
What that is like a kid being like, lawyers make a lot of money.
Yeah, like I don't know, and then I was like, wait, I don't want to be a lawyer.
Send me down the money street.
Fuck that.
I ended up being an English lit major. And the reason why I kind of backed my way into that was after 2.5 semesters, so halfway through my junior year, my advisor called me into her office for a meeting, and she goes, hey, you still haven't declared a major yet.
Ooh.
What's going on here? I was like, well, I don't really know what I want to do. And then she made me just write down a list of professions that I wanted to be, and they were all over the map. I think I had, like, I would like to be a cartoonist. I'd like to be a police officer. I'd like to be a gym teacher.
How old were you?
I'd like
4?
to be a writer. Yeah, no, basically I was a construction worker. But so she sat me down and she just said, well, you have no idea what you want to do. I don't know what you want to do. Let's look at the classes that you've already taken. And it just so happened that I had taken enough classes to put me on kind of a track to be an English major.
That was similar for my history part. Was just like I got to like halfway through college. They're like, hey, if you just do one extra class with this dead professor, you can be a history major too.
And also she goes, the nice part about this one is you only have to take one math class. I was like, sold. I guess I'm an English major.
I took any.
My math class was maybe the funniest class ever because it was the same question the entire semester. The question was, okay, this pond has 10,000 fish in it. They die at a rate of 15% a year, but they reproduce at a rate of 30% per year. How many fish will be in the pond after 3 years? And so he would just do that question, but just have different types of animals.
Percentage? Oh,
animals,
yeah, okay.
he would just switch the animals up. Like there are 20,000 antelopes on the prairie.
What's the answer?
I have no idea. I forgot how to do it.
Jake, you got it? All right, thank you.
I need to know the fish answer.
Hi, Hogcat, PF Cheeks, and Henry Lockgod. Have I become a nerd if I was the first person to finish my dynamics exam yesterday, or am I just that dumb? I airballed 2 threes in my intramural game last week, but was blaming it on the stress fractures in my foot. Now I'm wondering if it's because I've turned nerd. Love the content as always. Thanks, guys.
Okay. No, you're not a nerd. There's nothing better than finishing first. I've had that a couple times in college and then especially you give you finish first and then you turn it in and you just give like a little, man, that was easy as you walk out, even though you probably sucked.
No, I always feel like if I finish first, I fucked something up.
Yeah, I know, but
it can't be that easy.
you fucked it up, but to put it into everyone else's heads where you're like, damn, was that as easy as you thought it was?
What is a dynamics test?
Sounds like robots.
Yeah, you're a robot guy?
We're so dumb we can't even tell you what major you are if you give us like clues, context clues.
Have you ever thought like about with your kids you're going to have to teach them math at some point? And have you looked at what math?
No.
I don't know math.
I am not.
I don't do math.
I am not going to be teaching them math. That's what a tutor is for. I'm very bad at math. I've actually thought about this. I think confidently I can say 6th grade is when my son will be better at math than me.
Yep. I would even say like, when is the times tables? 3rd grade? I can do times tables.
Yeah.
But then if you've ever gone back and looked at a high school textbook for math, when it's trigonometry, I was a fucking genius when I was 16 to understand that shit. I don't get it. I can't do anything with that now.
No, it goes right over my head.
I think you said 10,000 a year, die at 15%, reproduce at 30.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's an additional 1,500 per year.
Okay, so now they're...
Wait, but do they die before they reproduce?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because that changes everything. Or do they reproduce before they die?
That would have been a great question to ask, to be like the biggest asshole in the class. Be like, actually, your question's wrong, professor.
Because the mating cycles show that they reproduce first, and then the 15%.
Maybe it was just a critical thinking class the entire time, and he was waiting for somebody to ask him that question.
Yeah.
Nobody ever did.
Yeah. All right, you got one more? 2 more?
I do have one more.
Okay.
Both very douchey.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
You choose.
The douchier.
All right. What's going on, PMT crew?
Oh, no.
Within our fraternity, we created a basketball league. Everyone plays each other in the regular season for seeding and in the playoffs.
Naked.
Play to a target score of 45 each game. Last night in
45.
Last night in the second round of regular season games, the Kremlin were facing off against the Ugly Tuna Saluna Big Kahunas. The Kahunas were leading 43-40 when they forced a turnover and had a 2-on-1 fast break.
It sounds like a David Spade movie.
The captain of the Kremlin, Paul, dumb name, I don't know if he's talking about the Kremlin or Paul, decided to full-on spear tackle the guy with the ball, then stormed off the court when everyone yelled at him. He proceeded to go full Bobby Knight and throw things like his shoes and water bottle on the court. How should we punish these unjust actions?
I think that guy rules.
Paul sounds
That's funny.
Honestly, Paul sounds like he's Shane from Love is Blind season 2, which we need to do a recap of.
Yes. No spoilers. I don't think the fact that he went and had a temper tantrum, like if he had just tackled him, I think that's bullshit. And everyone knows the guy who like just point, when you're playing pickup and it's point game and they just foul just constantly. That sucks. But the fact that he went full Bobby Knight and started throwing his clothes and everything, I think he's kind of awesome.
I think that Paul's the only sane one in the fraternity because you're playing a tournament of games and it's up to 45 points to win. Paul was just the first person to rightly point out, like, this whole situation is fucked.
Yeah, I'm on Paul's side.
Yeah.
All right, last question.
No sanctions for Paul.
No.
What's an ideal body count for a senior in college?
Wait, what was it?
What's an ideal body count for a senior in college?
I like that guy because he listens to this show and he's like, they got to give Billy some more airtime. he's a real star.
That guy's,
Yeah, he's like, dude, Billy's been making a lot of sense.
Ideal body count for a senior in college. Jesus.
All right, let's do numbers.
0.
Oh, you know what? Here. We'll
0.
We'll have your answer for you in 1 second.
Tim Tebow was a virgin,
yeah.
and he won the Heisman Trophy.
No, we'll have your answer for you. Everyone guess. What's an ideal body count?
25.
17.
I'm going to say 22.
I'm going to say 1.
Okay, 1. We got? Bubba. No, we are. Yeah, 6. 52. If you don't fuck 52 chicks.
8th timer, new record.
Whoa!
52.
If you are fucking 52 chicks in your senior year, you're a fucking... like, you didn't even go to college, bro.
Or wait.
You didn't even go to college.
Was he talking about fucking or killing?
No, both.
The Aaron Hernandez hat trick.
Yeah. Yeah, what if this was Ted Bundy who just wrote in?
Love you guys. Love you guys.
52.
Does Billy have an animal fact for us?
I have a baseball update as of 2 minutes ago, 4 p.m. Eastern. John Heyman, players are expected to vote no on the, quote, best and final MLB proposal.
Bam.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to Google animal fact for
We'll
Billy.
update this at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Animal fact. Did you know that elephants hold grudges?
I think he's definitely done that before.
Love you guys.
Well, I just heard talking away the news today. To say seems my life sage anyway. Gonna change. Today's another. I'll close my eyes. Day to find you. Begin to pray. Shine away. The tears of joy. Stream down. I'm coming for your love, okay. Take on me. Welcome. To be the man, but I have to be still.